There we go. I think we're going. Oh, fuck. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Lost in the Dark podcast. Man, we have a fucking riot for you tonight. God damn it. We got Steve from Bravura back on. This is another one of our Halloween episodes. We're talking nothing but horror movies, people. Like, this is just a massive conversation with an absolute fucking expert. He made us look like horror movie posers. Like, seriously, honestly, dude, like, this guy knows everything about horror. It was amazing. And of course, he's lead vocalist of the band Bravura. Check out all things Bravura. And yeah, when he was on the first time, and I noticed that Vincent Price T-shirt, I was like, this is the guy. This is the guy right here. We're gonna talk horror movies with this guy.
When he starts, like, because I didn't know he'd have like physical examples of what he was talking about, like a full on like movie collection to pull from. Like that was probably one of my favorite parts. Like I definitely sensed it because, like, it's like, to be honest, it's a few days after that episode since we filmed it, and I since we did it, I have been going back and finding all this stuff that I'm like pretty into now, or like getting back into, I guess, or like finding, because like I downloaded the Shudder app that we talked about and stuff, and trying to find some other stuff and that. So yeah.
Did you watch? What have you seen from Shudder?
I started Zombie, which is a movie that we talked about. Yeah. And that already has me hooked. Like I'm very specific about the style of like zombie movie that I like. Like it has to be kind of, I don't know, because like there's I don't know, there's like the Walking Dead way of doing it, and then there's like the straight up like like Day of the Dead, like what's the other one? No, there's a few others that are pretty popular or whatever, but like it has to be either like that or like just completely over the top.
28 Days Later.
Classic. Yeah, classic kind of style stuff. So it was cool to kind of see like there was a lot of stuff like that on there, but that was the one that I remember when we were talking about it. He was like, this is the kind of the definitive zombie movie. And so like I started that, and I need to go back and keep watching it or whatever. But yeah, like it was it's cool to, I remember one of the things that we first kind of brought up when we were talking about this one after it happened was like that like this was really kind of one of the first times that like somebody else had come on and kind of like, like we just kind of gave them like, our platform to kind of like, to show their love for like horror and for like, just the film style and everything. And like, I don't know, like that's probably my, like, one of my favorite parts of this is just seeing like somebody else get into what they're into and have it be like, and have me actually take something from it and kind of like, I don't know, it was cool. It was a really cool conversation. I'm glad we were able to have him back on again. And
yeah, it got you jazzed up about horror, kind of like re-energized. Yeah. Me too.
I've been struggling because of everything that's happened. I've been kind of struggling to get into the holiday season, holiday spirit, and because for like it's usually not an issue, but with everything, like, it's just been so heavy lately that like it's kind of tough to be into this kind of style of stuff. But like, it's just a reminder of like, just the fantasy side of it, the fun side of it, like. You look for this stuff to be excited about because, like it's fun to talk with your friends about and just like shoot the shit about and stuff. But like that's kind of the thing that I remember asking you about specifically is like, how do you like set yourself aside long enough to enjoy some of the stuff? Because it's not like, some of it's very hard to explain, and for lack of a better way, and it's kind of the same way as like death metal or like just metal in general. Like some of it's a little hard to get behind and stuff. And just to be able to ask that question and to be able to like just get like a different perspective from somebody that is like like there's, I kind of feel like there's two different styles of like horror fan or like movie fan. Like there's the person that's like very seasonal about it, which I feel like after this, I feel like I'm a bit more in the sort of like seasonal kind of like in kind of out sort of person. And then there's there's the other like fanatic that's like just into it. You know what I mean? And that's I feel like what separates us from, you know, so from at least me from Steve, at least in that sense, like, you know, because I feel like there's a real time and a place for me to get into that stuff, and like definitely like October, like the later parts of the year and stuff, like it's just prime for that. So it was cool to talk to somebody that's very like into it all the time, you know. So
yeah, it was an absolute fucking one of the most we just like let loose. We just like went off about like this other, like, metal and horror go hand in hand, and we get into that in this episode. And it was just a lot of fun to go down that rabbit hole with somebody who is who's very knowledgeable in both genres of art. And man, he got me excited. I got, you know, I've actually got a few movies upstairs waiting for me that we talked about on this episode that I'm going to get to very soon, maybe even tonight. But yeah, man, this was a great one. But before we dive in real quick, of course,
I just want to, like, real quick. I know that we were about to get into something else, but I want to say, fucking listen to Bravura.
Oh, like, my God, all things Bravura.
They are, I know, like right now they have a self-titled, or I don't know if it's self-titled, but it's a full-length record, and then they put out a new single this year.
I believe, I believe you're right. Courtesans.
Yeah.
I believe that's 20. Yeah, that's that. I got it right here. Hold on. Let me just confirm. I believe that 99% sure though.
Yeah, here we go. So they put out Battle of the Suns, which is their oldest full length 2017. Like Courtesans was 2018. Either way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At least that's what I got on Spotify. So
okay.
I'm up to date because I know what they're different. But yeah, man, like, you know, they're again like it's the same thing with you know bands like War, you know, like these different type of acts that we've been talking to, like they're pretty fresh, and they have, you know, and I think it's awesome that there's this kind of a sound coming from bands like this that are up and coming and stuff. So yeah, man, like, you know, it's like I said, like Courtesans has been on repeat for me. Like that song, ever since I heard it the first time, I was like, this gets me kind of going.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like they're just, I'm really excited to see what they've got going. I think what was it, like Bury Me? I think is the name of either the EP or the single that they just put out.
Yeah,
I think so. About that.
God damn it.
Yeah,
I think so.
We are terrible about this.
We're so bad with names, people.
But regardless, yes, definitely Bravura is a name that I feel like needs to be more recognized, and I feel like they're doing something that is pretty awesome. So they're definitely worth checking out. So
all things on all social media, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, everything. Check them out. They are outstanding.
Another fresh band, another new band we're talking to. Like they've only got a handful of listeners on Spotify and stuff, and that's not a dig. That's just like a why the fuck.
Yeah, like
I want more people listening to this band. Like
everybody,
why? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys are gonna get blown away, and I hope you're blown away by this episode because he's so much fun to talk to, and it was so much fun digging into all these topics with him. But we're real quick before we jump in. I gotta fucking promote an evening with the Convalescents, October 30th at the Mwami Theater in Ohio. Tickets are only $10. People, only $10. They're showing their new documentary, The Making of the Monument of Misery, which is one of our favorite albums from last year. I listen to it constantly to this day. They're showing music videos. They're showing live concert screening. They will all be in attendance. There's going to be merch. Mask required, social distance. It's going to be safe. And in a world without concerts, man, this sounds like an incredible fucking event. So definitely check out All Things Convalescence as well. And if you can make it to this event, you're going to have a great time. So check out, once again, An Evening with the Convalescents, October 30th at the Mwami Theater. Check All Things Convalescence, all social media, Bandcamp, Big Cartel, I believe. They got a few different merch locations. But yeah, website, everything. Be sure to check out All Things Convalescence. And if you can make it to this event, tickets are going fast. So pick up a ticket soon if you can make it to the event. But in any case, huge shout out to Keith and huge shout out to the Convalescence. Huge shout out to Steve from Bravura. Thank you so much again, man, for being on this episode with us. It means the world to us, and we had an absolute fucking riot. It was so much fun. But without further ado, let's fucking get into it. So here it is, everyone. Our conversation with Steve from Bravura about horror films. Happy Halloween. The computer. All right. I believe we are rolling, and we got Steve back in the crypt tonight. Steve from Bravura. Thank you very much for joining us again, and so soon. We appreciate it.
Oh, totally.
So I kind of want to tonight. Yeah, tonight is another one of our, like, all month long we're doing nothing but Halloween spooky related episodes. And tonight we are talking horror movies. And I've been looking forward to this for a minute, actually. Now, but before we dive in real quick, I guess for both of you, like, what was your start into, like, the horror genre? Like, how'd you get into horror?
Funny enough, my grandma, of all people, her favorite films are slashers.
Oh, wow.
Primarily Friday the 13th and Halloween. So going to grandma's house typically meant that I was going to catch Friday the 13th on the TV or something, you know?
Oh, that's awesome.
So my dad wasn't like a huge horror guy, but he was more into like the supernatural stuff. So like anything to do, like Amityville Horror and The Omen, you know, anything to do with like the devil or, you know, the Exorcist type shit, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like my mom introduced me to The Shining, and that's like still to this day my favorite movie ever, you know?
Wow.
So that's where I got my start. How about you guys?
Aaron, go ahead. This is something I've never actually asked you, I don't think.
Kind of surprised. I feel like I'm sure it's probably come up, but yeah, for me it's kind of a few different ways. Like I was kind of exposed to, like, I don't know, around Halloween time, usually, like, you know, when I was like old enough to, you know, figure out like the Fear Fest kind of stuff that they play, like a lot of like the classic stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I think the one that I remember the most is Friday the 13th. Is the New Blood, which is kind of funny.
It was, yeah.
Like, yeah. That was like one of the first ones I remember seeing, and I was kind of hooked on it. But also, like, I don't know, because my mom is kind of more into it a little bit. But she's kind of more into like the psychological kind of stuff. So
yeah,
that was like, you know, Blair Witch Project and
right
Shining and all that stuff. So
yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, I love Blair Witch. For me, I guess. Well, go ahead.
I liked it the first time, and then after that, I was like, all right, like,
yeah.
gotta, you know, you get it, and then it's just like, I don't know, it doesn't have the same appeal to it, I think, but
real. I don't know. I kind of got started. Really, really young, because like I remember, like I loved Ghostbusters. Like I think I saw that movie when I was like 2, and I fucking loved it. So that kind of, I think, really started it for me. Between that and like really young stuff like E.T. made me fall in love with aliens. Gremlins, yeah, that was another one.
Yeah.
Goosebumps was really big for me. Are You Afraid of the Dark, like on Nickelodeon. Tales from the Crypt, I saw that really young. All that stuff, and I was just always really into it. Like when I would go to like when my mom, you know, your parents take you to the library or whatever, I'd always go find the section of books that was always like Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot and ghosts and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I've just kind of always been into it, especially like when you're turning like around 10, when you learn about the movies you want to see that your parents won't let you see yet. Like one of them for me was Blair Witch, actually, but the biggest one for me by far was Alien. I wanted to see that so bad, and I finally did, and it's one of my favorite movies of this day.
Same. I see Alien as more of a horror movie than I do sci-fi, honestly.
I would agree with the first one, especially. I would agree with that.
Totally. Yeah. Aliens was totally like action packed, but I agree. Yeah.
Oh man, such a great movie. But all right, awesome. And now, you know, that's another thing too, is you surprised me, Steve, when you said that your other band members really aren't into metal or into horror, because usually metalhead and horror go hand in hand, like typically.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Surprising.
I think I just watched enough horror movies for all of them. You know?
You carry the load for everybody.
Yeah.
But horror and metal in general have been intertwined since the inception of heavy metal. And I have this really cool, like, quick article here I wanted to talk to you guys about. It starts off by saying, you know, heavy metal has been tied to horror movies literally since its inception. Because I don't know if you know this, Steve, but when Black Sabbath was still called Earth, they had like a rehearsal space or something, like real close to a movie theater, and they noticed that every time there was a horror movie, there'd be lines around the block. And so they're like, well, let's try to scare people with music. Not only that, guitarist Tony Iommi hadn't seen a cinema marquee advertising the 1963 Boris Karloff film Black Sabbath. His band might still be called Earth. So they actually got that name from
from the movie.
Yeah. It's fascinating. Yeah. I didn't know that. So this article, for everybody that wants to check it out, is wearethepit.com, 20 of the greatest metal songs about horror movies. So I figured we'd just run through this list real quick, just to give it a look. First one they mentioned is Iced Earth's Dracula. Now, on the horror show, that album, they did. Are you Iced Earth fan, Steve?
I'm not too familiar. I mean, I know them, obviously, never listened to them though. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, they did an album called Horror Show, and every song, like, one was Dracula, one was Frankenstein, one was Wolfman.
Oh, nice.
Like, the whole thing.
That's pretty sick.
Mortician. I don't even know if I know Mortician very well. Zombie Apocalypse.
Old school death metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about Dawn of the... the Dracula, obviously, it's Bram Stoker's Dracula. And I guess Zombie Apocalypse is about Dawn of the Dead. Dimmu Borgir's Hybrid Stigmata, The Apostasy. Oh, here you go, Aaron. It's Hellraiser.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That makes sense. I can see that.
Yeah.
I think they had a lot of samples from that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sick.
I don't know if, like, that there's a few records where, like, a couple of samples I remember kind of stick out, and I think that was one of them.
Hell yeah. Ice Nine Kills did the American Nightmare, which is about Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them, but I do know that they're primarily, like, horror themes. Like, yeah. That's all I really know about them. And I guess, like, all their music videos are, like, based on horror films, or all the records have, like, an overlying just horror film theme, like 80s slasher type thing. You know?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
A band called Witchery released a track called Nosferatu, which obviously is about that movie. Not familiar with Witchery. God, lots of bands I'm not familiar with. Hooded Menace, Rotting Rampage, Menace of the Skeletal Dead. It's about I guess there's a movie called Tombs of the Blind Dead. I don't even know the movie.
I know the band.
Oh, it's a Spanish film. Okay. Well, that'd probably be why. There we go. This is one of my favorites on the list. The Black Dahlia Murders, Raped in Hatred by Vines of Thorn, about the Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great track. It's a great album. God.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
That's one of the songs I wish I wrote. Like, just hearing it, how it all flows and stuff.
Did you see the recent remake of Evil Dead, Steve?
Yeah, it was amazing. Loved it.
I really liked it too, man.
Yeah. It wasn't, like, it was a lot more serious. It wasn't as there wasn't as much comedy or, like, morbid comedy in there, but it was fucking awesome. Loved all the blood and everything.
Raining blood, literally.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
I still couldn't believe, like, when I saw it the first time, I was like, holy shit, somebody actually did it.
Yeah. The bathroom scene got me pretty good.
Yeah.
Broken glass and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Holy hell.
I forgot about that part.
Fucking brutal. Electric Wizard's Dunwich. It's about a Dunwich movie. Don't know that one. Murder Dolls, Grave Robbing USA, Planet 9 from Outer Space. I actually know that movie, and I know the Murder Dolls.
From Ed Wood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever seen the movie Ed Wood?
Part of it, not all of it.
It's hysterical.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a horror movie or anything, but yeah, I would recommend that.
It's a good one. Possessed has a song called The Exorcist about that movie. That's pretty cool. Oh, Iron Maiden, Phantom of the Opera. Yeah. That's a classic. Rigor Mortis. That's such a great name for a band. Rigor Mortis. That's sick. Wizard of Gore. Apparently there's a movie called Wizards of Gore. I should probably look some of these up.
I own that one.
You own that one? Is it good?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I own it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Or no, I have seen it. Yeah, no, it's oh shit. I can't remember the director's name, but he was just like super well known for really pushing the envelope for gore and blood back in the 60s.
Oh.
Like it's really, really underground stuff, but I do recommend it.
Hell yeah.
Herschel Gordon Lewis, I believe is the name of the director. Yeah. Anyways.
No, you could. Fantomas. Fantomas? I don't know that band. But they did a song called Rosemary's Baby in 1968. How metal can it be in 1968? That's like right around the same time as Sabbath.
Yeah.
Deicide, Dead by Dawn, Evil Dead 2. Yeah. That's a good one.
I feel like they got quite a few.
Okay. Hang on. You can't. How can you count? You can't. This is kind of. You can't count this. Rob Zombie, Pussy Liquor. It's a song about House of a Thousand Corpses. Rob Zombie made a song about Rob Zombie movie?
Doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Entombed, Bringer of Light, The Devil's Advocate. Oh, Devil's Advocate's a good movie. I dug that one. Orange Goblin, The Fog.
Right, John Carpenter.
Yeah. Benighted. Ooh, Leatherface. Oh, I know that. I know that track. You showed me that one, Aaron.
Yeah, I was pretty big on their last record. I liked a lot of the just gnarly like samples and stuff that were in it.
That they have a cool video for that one, I think.
Yeah.
The Misfits did Dust to Dust, Bride of Frankenstein. That's what it's about. Revolting, The Plague of Matul. It's about a movie called Zombie. Revolting.
Yeah, Lucio Fulci's Zombie. Yep.
1979.
Yeah, I have that set aside to talk about.
Oh, hell yeah. Revolting. That's such a good name for a band. But yeah, that's the last one on the list. I just thought it was, I saw that pop up. I was like, fuck, we're about to talk all these horror movies and metal podcasts. We should probably talk a little metal in there.
Yeah, a little.
Speaking
of samples, too, on the new Bravura record, there will be a couple horror movie samples. I've got a sample from The Exorcist 3 and that Bury Me single. And then I've got a sample from The Fly, the Jeff Goldblum The Fly. Yeah.
Great movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you'll when you hear it, you'll know exactly what it is, too.
That's
I just saw the original of that recently. It's pretty amazing.
Oh, the
for
50s
time.
one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of goofy at some points, but like just what they were able to do for the time.
Fuck, what was I forgot what I was about to say. Oh well. The fucking shit, what were we talking about right before The Fly?
The Exorcist or
I can't remember. God damn it. That's what happens. That's what happens sometimes. But yeah, the
surprised there was no Cannibal on that list.
Right?
Interesting.
Or Guar.
Or yeah.
You would think they would have a song about something. Huh. Interesting. Maybe we'll have to look into it. But what about so yeah, you already said that you said Shining's your favorite movie of all time, period?
Yeah. Just always has been. You know.
All right. Fuck yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've watched it and it still just gives me the creeps.
Yeah.
I always I don't know on samples and stuff, but I always wanted to take the caretaker scene. like use that and like put it towards something where he finds out like he's talking to the dude in the bathroom, whatever.
Yeah, talking about correcting the family. Right?
Yeah, he's like, you've always been here. Yeah, it's just
you've always been the caretaker.
Yeah. It's just like super creepy. Like all of a sudden things just start to make sense with everything, and
everything falls into place.
Point. Yeah.
That's I remember what I was gonna say. That you're using samples on the new Bravura. That's fucking sick. Aaron and I have talked about that a lot. Because there's recently actually, because there's one day where I was just driving around listening to Children of Bodom a whole bunch, old Children of Bodom, and they used to use tons of samples, and I'm like, I don't feel like that many bands do this anymore, and it's like really.
No, they really don't.
Yeah, I think, but I love it when they do. So I'm excited to hear the samples that you guys got. That's awesome.
Yeah, have you seen The Exorcist 3?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
arguably as good, if not a little bit better than the first movie.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. George C. Scott is the lead role. And he goes on this huge, like, monologue at the end with the devil. And we sampled that. And
oh, that's hard.
Yeah. Like he's really, really, really good in the movie, but he kind of overacts sometimes. So he gets like really intense and like starts screaming out of nowhere. Yeah, I can't wait to. Actually, I'm gonna send it to you tonight just so you can fucking hear it. I'm so stoked to hear it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That what? Okay, assuming you can tell me if you already did or not on what you're working on right now, but is there like one sample that you like is the ultimate, like one thing that you want to sample more than anything? Or did you already, like, is that on this?
So I thought about sampling the first Exorcist movie. Whenever Reagan was talking about, well, I should say Pazuzu, but Pazuzu was talking about Reagan being inside her, and she's like trapped in there forever. She says something really cool. I can't remember, but I was wanting to do that. But then when I watched Exorcist 3 and I saw this part where he's like screaming at the devil, I just knew that I had to have that instead. Like it just fit perfectly too, with
awesome.
with where we put it in. Yeah. So
that's
fun. Yeah, you'll hear it.
So honestly, I hit you up to come on to be on the horror movie episode because the last time when you were on last, you had that T-shirt on, like Vincent Price.
It was The Fly. Yeah.
I was like, all right, he knows his horror movies. And as you know, I can see behind you have a hell of a collection. So you like getting physical copies.
Yeah, I'm a I mean, not just movies, but like music as well. I'm a big vinyl guy.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask if that goes over to music because I'm a big. I always get the hard copies of everything.
I'll turn this around for a sec. I'll let you peek at the. Let me know if you can see it.
Oh shit! Yep. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Bunch of records.
That's awesome.
Good size collection, man.
I try.
Is there one that like sticks out to you, or like a couple that like when you saw it, it was like the holy grail kind of deal, like
for records or movies?
Both really, but
yeah, I pulled out a movie just because it's like out of print and like it's too hard to find. Let me pull that out real quick.
Oh wow, out of print. That's crazy.
Yeah, this one, Dawn of the Dead. To get a Blu-ray copy of this, it's like damn near not impossible. Like you can always Amazon it or eBay it, but you're gonna pay top dollar for it, you know.
Wow.
But I saved the receipt just because I was like kind of proud about how much I paid for it.
Yeah.
It's such a nerdy thing to say, but fucking paid $53 for this bad boy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, which I don't normally do, but it's just like this has been out of print for so long. Like the people that own the rights to it, like it's basically been in like copyright limbo for a while now. So Kind of hoping that changes soon because this is a great Blu-ray, but like I'm hoping to see like a 4K edition of it soon. You know, so yeah, that's like a holy grail for me. Like when I saw it, I didn't care how much it was. I just grabbed it. You know, I knew that chances are I probably wouldn't find it again, like out in the wild like that. So yeah.
That was like one of the first zombie movies I ever saw that like kind of got me into that sort of genre too. As far as that. And I think I like the remake of it just a little bit more, just because of it was a little bit like a little more updated, and the zombies didn't look quite as like blue, I guess.
Yeah.
There's something about that, but yeah.
Yeah. I saw the remake before I saw the original.
Yeah,
so I agree. Yeah. It was. I think the remake was the first time I saw a fast zombie. No, I take that back. 28 Days Later.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's my favorite zombie movie, honestly. But so earlier we brought up the movie Zombie. Have you seen that yet, Aaron?
I haven't.
Okay. If just look into this guy. If you guys ever get into Italian horror, look into Lucio Fulci. One of the masters, honestly. You probably recognize this cover.
Yes, actually I do.
That's Zombie.
Okay.
Yeah, this zombie with like the maggots coming out of his eyes. He's he's like the one famous zombie in the whole movie. But this movie is, I've got two versions of it. This movie is like infamous for this eye splinter scene. Like this director was like obsessed with eyeballs and like having eyeballs stabbed and shit. But how well you can see this on the camera, it's like a lenticular cover.
Oh yeah, no.
Eyeball getting stabbed.
Oh, that's brutal.
And like, dude, it shows. They don't hold anything back. It shows everything. And like the first time you see it, like your jaw hits the floor. Like it just gives you the straight heebie-jeebies, you know. It's Italian, but it's like dubbed in English. So it's one of those where it's like very poorly dubbed. But like once you start getting into that kind of stuff, you just learn to love it. You know, it's just part of the experience, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, would highly recommend checking that out, Aaron. Hell, you get to watch a zombie fight a shark. So, you know.
Hey, Les, man. That's
oh, that's such a blast. Yeah.
That's kind of worth price of admission right there. Like that's.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're like snorkeling, and then there's it's not a great white, but it's like a lemon shark or something like that. And I don't know where this swimming zombie who can like hold his breath forever just submerges and starts fighting this fucking shark. It's the funniest thing.
Like Sharknado kind of stuff.
Yeah. But just Italianize it and put it in the 70s, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
There is something about like horror from other parts of the world to me that like everybody kind of does it differently. Like,
oh, dude, for sure. Honestly, guys, like if you get into like the real underground shit, like Germany was where it's at for horror. That was like the real gross stuff. Italy was where it's at. And as far as like Greece and stuff, like Japan, like Japan has some really like grade A horror coming out of there. So
yeah, no, I've not seen a lot of it, but I've always heard that Italian horror is really good. I've heard that, and because in the like early 2000s there was like that revival. We had like zombies going. We had all like the American remakes of the Japanese stuff going, like The Rings and The Grudges, and we had like the you know, some just gore for I wouldn't even necessarily call it slasher, but almost slasher with like Saw kind of stuff. And then we had like
like the quote unquote torture porn.
Yeah.
Hostile and all that.
Yeah. And then we had the the emergence of the found footage, all of that right there in the first decade of the 2000s. It's pretty
call back to Blair Witch there. You know?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty wild because it's some of that is definitely. I think Mexico has some pretty wild fucking horror shit too, don't they? I think
I've heard. I haven't seen any of it though.
I might have seen one like a Mexican horror movie that was fucked up, but it was more like murder porn than like, you know, it was more like everybody's gonna die by a killer or something. Yeah, it wasn't really like it didn't have any supernatural element to it or anything like that.
Right, you're right.
Which is typically what I gravitate towards more. Go ahead, Aaron.
I haven't thought about Hostel in a minute. That movie's so fucked up.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
That one kind of stopped me for a second. Like just especially some of the ending stuff. Like once they're like about to break out or whatever, and just like, yeah, it's.
If I'm not mistaken, that was Eli Roth that directed. Yeah. Did you ever? I don't know if you guys are into like cannibal stuff at all, but he put out the Green Inferno a couple of years back.
I heard about that.
I never saw it. Yeah, but I heard about it.
Another movie where they don't hold anything back. I mean, like cannibal movies have always been like that, but he went out of his way to. I mean, there's genital mutilation, there's eyeball poking and everything. Yeah, it's gruesome. Yeah. There's a. I'm vegan, but there's a vegan girl that finds out that she's eating from like a human bowl, like a bowl made from human skin, and she just like cuts herself, like slashes her throat right there and then, like she can't live with it. Yeah. You know,
that's fucking insane.
As a vegan, I like to poke fun of other vegans. You know.
That's awesome. Is there like Steve, do you like what kind of like, is there a subgenre on horror you gravitate towards? Do you gravitate towards like slasher stuff or like supernatural stuff or monsters?
Lately it's been like the real nasty slashers.
Okay.
But I do really dig supernatural stuff. I'm a little picky about it though, because like honestly, Japan does it way better as far as supernatural stuff goes. Like all the remakes that you talked about earlier, like they have their place, but when you watch the originals, you realize it's just way fucking better, you know. So like the the original like Japanese Ringu, that's like where it's at as far as like creepy Japanese girls with like, you know, hair over their faces and everything. Like lately it's just been a lot of really like gross slashers, just stuff that goes out of their way to like gross you out, you know. I don't know, it's just a fun experience every time.
Hell yeah. You know, go ahead, Aaron.
I always liked kind of in that same vein, like Hellraiser. Like I saw you got the Reanimator picture up there. It's like one of my favorites. As soon as I saw it the first time, I was like, this is awesome. Like it's just like, it's so like, I don't know, I'm kind of a mix, I guess. Like I like the older like 80s sort of stuff, like the slasher, you know. I've always been more of a fan of like the early Halloween movies and the, you know, those kind of stuff. And then sometimes though, like the psychological horror movies and the ones that really kind of stick with you after, like the ones that I just find that I kind of gravitate a little more towards, like stuff that just kind of like, not so much that it like, I mean, I guess, you know, like The Conjuring and kind of movies like that just kind of have this thing about it that like there's just certain parts of it that just kind of stick with you once it's over, and then there's the other side where I just kind of like just the crazy, like, you know, Hellraiser, like,
oh yeah,
insane.
I mean,
for the time.
I'll sit there. I mean, I've watched the first couple like Insidious movies. I mean, it's really cool that like there's like a mainstream horror out there. I dig the fact that there's still movies coming out that are like getting people interested in the horror, but like there's a lot of those people that just like won't bother to dig even deeper. That's where like the good filthy stuff is, you know. You know.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
It's almost kind of similar to like music, like metal. Like there's after a
Oh,
certain point you get
totally.
Yeah, I never really thought about it in that sense.
Like I mean, Aaron, you and I are both huge Slipknot fans, but as you and I both know, that was a gateway for everything filthier and heavier. You know, all of a sudden you had a craving for something beyond that. You know, so.
I really thought about it in that sense.
Yeah, I haven't either. That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
I mean, lately though, like I was sitting there a couple nights ago, and I was like, you know, because I love a good monster movie. I really love monster movies, and but like in my favorite ones, like my favorite kind of monster in a movie is gonna be something like a werewolf. But my favorite werewolf movie has always been American Werewolf in London.
Me too.
Great fucking movie.
Yep.
But I was thinking about it and I was like, man, how many other ones that are real straight up horror werewolf movies can I even really name? Like I said, there's a couple, you know, Silver Bullet, The Howling and stuff like that.
The Howling. Yeah. Yep.
And but I hadn't seen, I've seen that. I saw The Howling the other night for the first time, actually. I haven't seen Silver Bullet yet. And I downloaded a few, like a short list of like 5 or 6 of these werewolf movies. And I'm just like going through them and nothing's even knocking on American Werewolf's door. Like,
totally agree.
Like what you said that, so that one's your favorite too. What would you put in second place then?
Fuck the Wolfman, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, the Universal Wolfman, honestly. Yeah, like I don't know what it is, but no one has really done werewolves right.
No.
Other than American Werewolf, you know.
No.
Especially that transformation scene.
Oh, still the
it
best.
Just doesn't get better than that, you know. So, the Howling had a great transformation scene as well.
Yeah.
That's the scene that like stuck out, but the rest of it was, it was such a slow burn. And
oh my God.
Yeah.
What did I say? We were like 45 minutes into it. I was like, Aaron, where are the werewolves?
And nothing's fucking happening. Yeah.
What the fuck is a werewolf? Like, oh my God.
These clowns are eating rabbits, you know?
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, like an hour and a half in, it's like, what? Like,
all the werewolves.
And they're all horny, you know?
I know. I was laughing because like towards the end of that scene, it's just like the graphic of it. It's like, not just that pans up and stuff. It's like, what is this? Like, that was totally necessary, I guess. Like,
oh, it's so weird. Yeah, man. Somebody really needs to. There's so much great. Like, there's a lot of really great talent in terms of people making horror movies right now. Like the guy, oh shit, I can't remember his name, but the guy that does all the Conjuring movies.
John. Shit.
Is it James Wan? I think
James Wan. Yeah. Also John Woo.
Pretty close.
James Wan's a badass, and the stuff that Jordan Peele's been doing.
Oh, dude.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Like,
I cannot wait for Candyman.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited for Candyman. That trailer fucking floored me. I was like, I need to see this movie.
I haven't seen it. Like a version of it, or
he's doing a remake.
Is it? Damn.
You haven't seen the trailer for Candyman, bro? Oh, dude, it's sick. It looks.
They're bringing back the original actor too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
It looks so good. Another movie that didn't get to come out this year because of the stupid pandemic is have you heard of this movie, Steve, called Wendigo? Antlers.
No.
Guillermo del Toro is doing a Wendigo movie. Yeah.
No shit.
Called Antlers. There's a trailer out for that too. I highly recommend you. Actually, actually for Comic-Con they released like a 4 or 5 minute long featurette where they talked to. Oh yeah, they had a panel for it, and on YouTube there's an interview with Guillermo. I think talking about it. I'm really excited for that movie. It looks sick.
So speaking of monster movies, how fucking cool is it that a creature film got Best Picture?
What?
The Shape of Water.
Shape of Water. Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually didn't see that movie, but it was pretty cool. I liked it.
It's incredible. Yeah. It's not a horror movie at all, but
right.
It's just the fact that
there's a
dude in the lizard suit.
Yeah. Literally. It's awesome. What are your favorite like kind of like sort of monster movies, Steve?
Shit. So I mean, when you say monster movie, do you say like do you mean like Godzilla type stuff, or do you mean
that would be
just
included?
Okay.
Godzilla is like one of my favorite things of all time.
Yeah. You might not be able to see it.
I did think I thought I saw him back there. I thought I saw him.
One second. Yeah.
Dope. It's Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Have you heard of Criterion Films?
No.
This is.
Oh wow.
This massive ass box set. Yeah. Like
that's really pretty.
It's like 15 Godzilla movies. It's like all the Toho stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, just everything's on here. Destroy All Monsters, Son of Godzilla, like everything. You know, but I would say John Carpenter's The Thing.
Ooh, there we go.
I would consider that a monster movie.
Yeah.
Mainly because it's a remake of a monster movie.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, but dude, like that film, like just it still stands up to this day, thanks to its practical effects.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah. It still grosses you out, like it still freaks you the hell out. When the husky dogs transform in the beginning, I still like freak out over that. Mm-hmm. When the one character is doing the defibrillator thing on the guy, and his fucking chest bursts open with teeth and like eats his arms off.
Yeah,
that's a great scene.
Rest in peace to Wilford Brimley. I don't know if you guys know who Wilford Brimley is.
Yep.
He was in that movie.
Yeah.
You know. So. Yeah, definitely The Thing.
Hell yeah.
I probably have like 4 different versions of that too. You know.
It's been a minute since I've seen that one. I've watched that this week.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it too. Lots of have you been into anything? Oh, here you go. So we're talking mostly movies, but I gotta say, in recent years, for me, a lot of my favorite stuff in the horror genre has come from TV. To be totally honest, have you ever gotten into like American Horror Story?
My wife is huge into it, and truth be told, I watched the first like 2.5 seasons with her and just lost interest. You know.
Well, you saw the 2 best, so that's okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what she said too. Like, she's like, "Yeah, you're not missing a whole lot, honestly." You know.
Yeah, they kind of really fell off until honestly the most recent one. Oh, if you're into slashers, you might really like the most recent one because it's their slasher season. It's American Horror Story 1984, and in my opinion, it was the best one since the 2nd season. I thought they knocked it out of the park with this one. So
right on.
Yeah, you might get that look.
So just like all the Conjuring movies and stuff like that, I think it's super cool that like American Horror Story and like The Walking Dead are getting people interested in horror. But same thing, it's just like, I don't know. As someone that like watches all the underground stuff, I just like lose interest real quick.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
I get that. What about have you seen any of these like Haunting on a Hill House or Bly Manor on Netflix, any of that stuff?
Not yet. Man, I sound like such an old fucking fart. I've been like watching the old because it's on Netflix now, the old Twilight Zone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
And some of those even still hold up today as like just creepy.
Oh yeah, dude.
Totally. Oh yeah.
Big time.
Didn't Jordan Peele also
Yep.
do something with? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. I haven't seen those yet though.
They're very good. They're very
Right
good.
on.
There's
Right on.
two seasons, maybe on Hulu. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's on that stupid CBS app. I don't know. But yeah, I think there's 2 seasons of Jordan Peele, the new Twilight Zone. Outstanding. He does such an awesome job as the narrator.
That's awesome.
It's really great. I highly recommend that. I love Twilight Zone. I've been a big fan of that forever. Ever since I was very, very, very young, and my dad showed me. I can't remember the title of it, but I believe the last line in the episode is, "No, it's a cookbook." You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. That's such a great twist. That's what I love about that. I love twists. I love a good twist. Like, that's so huge for me. If you can throw me through a loop, because one of my favorite movies of all time, there was a point in time where I could recite every single line in the movie The Usual Suspects, because it has such a fucking elegant and beautiful twist at the end that fucked me up so much. But after so many times, the first time I saw it, then after so many times of seeing it, I got so good at spotting twists in other movies where if someone can get one over on me now, I'm like, I love it. I love it.
Yep.
I love that shit. So, and there's not a lot of that. There's not a lot of that anymore.
No, there really isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, this is such a big meme now, but did you ever get into M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with, Sixth Sense and all that, like that twist,
It's brilliant. Brilliant.
Right. I feel like his, what was it, The Village?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was kind of underrated,
Yeah.
Signs was awesome, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even the water killed aliens. But,
yeah. A little goofy, but still good. Yeah, it was still good.
Yeah.
I still liked those movies. He did something recently that I watched. I can't remember what the fuck it was. God damn it. I can't remember if it was on a show. Did he like reboot a show or no? Man, fuck. What was it? He was gonna reboot Tales from the Crypt or something? I can't remember.
Really?
Wow. I think that's what it was. I remember seeing something about that.
Something. I'm gonna try to look it up really. Oh, well, he did those Split. That Split movie was pretty cool.
Yep.
I liked that.
Yeah, Split was great. I haven't watched Glass yet though.
Glass was all right.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. It
was pretty good.
Nor have I seen what was it, Unbreakable? That's like technically the first movie.
Yeah. You haven't seen Unbreakable?
Not yet.
Oh, it's good. Nope. That's a good movie too.
Right on.
Oh, that's right. He was doing a TV series called Servant, and it was for Apple TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I think I watched a couple episodes of it, and then I fell off. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know. I can't really remember much about it. Not very memorable, clearly.
Speaking of streaming services, have you heard of Shudder yet?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been watching that nonstop.
I think I just watched something on there. Or no. It was actually on. Wait, Shudder? No. It was on Quibi, that other one. And on there they got something called 50 States, Sam Raimi's 50 States of Fright. And the thing about Quibi is that each episode is only like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
So he's going through different states and doing episodes about different urban legends and stuff like that. And it's Sam Raimi. So the first one is like a 3-parter called The Golden Arm, which takes place in Michigan. The guy that played, I don't know if either of you ever saw any of it, but the guy that played Ragnar on the TV show Vikings was in it. It was pretty good. I watched a few more of them too. Fuck, I think I watched one for Florida or something, and it was like another 3-parter. Again, they're only 10 minutes, so 3 of them is only a half hour. But But there was one though where it was like body cam footage from a police call where they like go into this like old fucking abandoned warehouse looking thing, and there's like all this fucking real crazy like voodoo cult shit everywhere, and this like guy comes out and says a bunch of crazy words to one of the cops, and the cop goes into a trance and starts shooting at the other cop. And it was fucking intense. It was actually pretty good.
That was real body cam footage.
No.
Oh,
It's like found footage stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's called Sam Raimi's 50 States of Fright. If you get a chance,
Right on.
check that. What have you been watching on Shudder though? I want to check more stuff out on there.
Yeah.
All the Italian stuff. There's a lot of slashers on there that I watched for the first time. A lot of 80s shit, like Chopping Mall. Ever heard of that one?
Oh,
Dude, it's ridiculous. It's yeah. So it's a shopping mall that purchases these robots as like security guards, and they malfunction and start killing people. Yeah, it's absurd, dude.
Oh, I love it.
It has one of the coolest head explosions I've ever seen. Really good. So are you guys familiar with Tom Savini? Yeah.
Savini with the V.
Savini.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just watched a YouTube video of like a tour of his like house or something. It was fucking crazy.
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I like worship him because like anything to do with practical effects and shit like that, I am fascinated by.
Mm-hmm.
But he did the effects for the movie called The Burning in the 80s. It's another like campgrounds type slasher. I can't remember if it was before or after Friday the 13th, but it's got fucking the dude from Seinfeld in it.
Oh shit.
Costanza.
Okay.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, George.
Yeah, George. Thank you.
Oh.
But he's got hair. He's like super young. He's got hair, but like you can just tell it's him. I mean, like he plays the same character that he does in Seinfeld, basically. You know? But yeah, really good slasher about a dude that got burned alive, and he just goes out and kills teenagers for revenge and shit like that. And just really good, like dismemberment, like, you know, fingers being chopped off and shit like that, you know. Yeah, if you guys like delve into the Shudder stuff, there's a really good series on there called Cursed Films. It's all about like films that were supposedly quote unquote cursed and had like deaths during the making of and stuff like that. Ooh. Like it talks about The Crow, how you know, Bruce Lee's son got shot and everything. Talks about the Twilight Zone movie, how there was that huge accident with the helicopter crash and stuff like that, and like that shit was real fascinating. It's like a little like documentary.
Okay.
Series. Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So
stuff like that.
Is that Shudder? Like, do they do their own original content? Then is that
they do?
Awesome.
So they just stream like a shit ton of horror movies, but they also have their own original content. Like they have their own creep show on there.
Yes, that's why I want it. Yep. I want to see that.
It's really good.
Creep show. Love Tales from the Crypt too.
Yep, same.
Yeah.
It's like Twilight Zone for adults.
I just checked out. There was it was John Carpenter. It was Body Bags. You ever heard of that one?
No, but I love John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Anthology movie he did.
Oh.
So it's like his own creep show.
Oh.
Okay.
Body Bags?
Body Bags.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm checking that out immediately. What the fuck?
I don't think I own it. I can't remember if I do or not. But, no, I don't think I do. But yeah, it's on there. Yeah, any kind of like anthology stuff, I like Creep Show. It's really fun to just sit there and watch a couple stories and go to sleep.
I was gonna ask you, like, what kind of, because I'm really into the anthology style storytelling as well. I was gonna ask what your favorites were.
Yeah, definitely Creep Show.
Yeah.
This have like this like special edition of it.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah. You ever heard of Scream Factory? So if you guys get into like Blu-ray collecting, there's like all these like crazy boutique labels out there that put out all this awesome horror. Scream Factory is one of the biggies. Arrow Video is another huge one. Like, trying to think, like all this awesome Italian shit. Basically, like these labels are all after. They go and find the films. Like they find the original prints of the films and like restore them to like 4K and stuff like that. So like you get the best versions of it and everything. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know there were companies out there that did that. That's awesome.
Yep. Blue Underground, Severin Films, Vinegar Syndrome. Dude, you wouldn't believe how many fucking horror films exist until you start delving into these companies. Like, I swear it's never ending, especially from 70s and 80s. Like, I swear that's all that ever came out from the time I was 4, So.
That's awesome.
I was like seeing the evolution of where that all kind of came from, like just seeing all of like the earlier stuff and then kind of like how it sort of progressed until now. And now we're sort of like, there isn't really anybody that I can think of as far as like, the bigger, I guess, like popular movies that are kind of doing that, like kind of making their own way with things. And a lot of it kind of seems like it's like remakes and things.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, things that kind of like aren't really like they have bits of the original, like like definitely taking the inspiration from it, but it's kind of a different sort of like modernized twist to it. And sometimes it's kind of like, I don't know, it takes away from the like the campiness or the just a little.
Yeah, you know which one surprised me recently though was the new Child's Play.
Yeah.
I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Surprisingly good.
Oh.
Mark Hamill does the voice of Chucky in it.
Oh,
That's weird.
I love that.
Super weird, but it's awesome. They totally modernized it. Like basically, Chucky is a smart toy, and he's hooked up to an app on your phone and everything. It's really neat.
That's pretty slick. What did you think of see, some of the remakes are actually pretty good, like the Friday the 13th. The newest one of that I liked a lot.
I watched it like maybe like 8 or 9 years ago, and I don't remember anything about it. So I just gotta, that box that I showed you the other day.
Yeah,
it's in there. I just gotta watch it again.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
There's a scene in that movie I'll never be able to forget. That the opening scene where he cooks someone in a sleeping bag over a campfire.
Oh, hell yeah, that sounds
intense, awesome. Dude, intense.
That sounds awesome.
Ooh, yeah.
Wasn't it? Was it part 6 or 7, where he picks up a girl in a sleeping bag and just whacks her against the tree?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was good. But yeah, a lot of the remakes aren't good. I like Zombies Halloween. I haven't seen the newest Halloween yet. I heard.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
So what it does is it actually forgets. It makes you forget anything after Halloween 2. Like it retcons everything basically.
Especially Halloween 3.
Yeah, well, yeah, that doesn't count. Yeah.
Okay, in 16 more days till Halloween.
Yeah.
I was going, the first time I got into those movies and I started going through them, I got to that one, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I don't know if you knew, like John Carpenter didn't want to do like Michael Myers the whole entire time. He wanted to have, like,
really?
He wanted a different movie per every year. Every Halloween he wanted a new story.
Wow.
So, yeah, the first Halloween was such a huge smash hit, and they did Halloween 2. correct me if I might be wrong, but I don't think he was involved in number 2.
Okay.
Or if he was, he didn't want to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But when he came around to do Halloween 3, everyone shat on it because it didn't have Michael Myers.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so okay, number 4, let's bring him back. You know.
Man, like God.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a different story every year.
Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that Michael, like we got Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers. I love that, that trio.
Yeah.
But the idea of an anthology horror series called Halloween, where every year it's different, that is a genius idea.
That's what it was supposed to be. Yeah, like they totally like ruined their own potential with it.
Yeah. Like
So,
that could have been, because that could have spawned 4 more fucking franchises.
Easily.
Easily. Wow. That's crazy.
I still think 4 is one of the best. Like 4, it's probably it's regardless of just because I don't know. There's something about like kids in horror movies that just kind of like, and the fact that like they put her character through so much, and just watching it all kind of like play out and stuff, and then that ending scene where she like grabs the mask and stuff and whatever is just insane. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, dude, this is sick. Like, I'd never seen that like from that kind of perspective before. It was cool.
What see, because like with horror, I feel like especially as metalheads, we can pretty easily get like a little jaded. Like we can
easily
what the first movie, and this is it's not even really a horror movie, but one of the first movies I remember actually terrifying me. Well, actually, I'll say 2 of them. One of them is a horror movie. Like really, like giving me nightmares, fucked me up. Like actually, genuinely scared me. Was Twister? I was terrified. I was terrified of tornadoes for a long, long time.
For sure.
And the other one was Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking tree. The fucking tree comes in the window and shit. Oh my God, that fucking terrified me. What was one of your first ones? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was about to say they talk about Poltergeist in that Cursed Films series too. Because the little girl dies in the 3rd movie.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think she was like 12 years old when she died or something like that. So, it's really sad. Dude, honest to God, like Chucky or Child's Play scared the fucking shit out of me as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anything to do with dolls being alive, it was between Child's Play and Puppet Master.
I love Puppet Master.
Yeah. Puppet Master fucked me up just because like my imagination as a kid just ran wild. So I would constantly just sit there and like, did that fucking doll just move? You know? Like if I was at a friend's house, I would like think that all of their dolls are actually you know. How about you, Aaron?
I had a couple, man. For me it was the original It movie.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Like I think it was the way that like they showed the clown and stuff, and like for whatever reason, like the scene where like with the book, or like with a little photo book, and it opens up and it starts bleeding everywhere, and then like that was kind of weird to me. I don't know.
When he like shows his not fangs, but when he's like slowly opening his mouth and showing off his teeth too, like that's like spooky as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So there was that one, and I liked the remake of it a lot. Like not so much the second one, but I think the first one was like, it was like on par with the original.
I agree.
The other one was oh man, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Used to freak me the fuck out. Like I remember it being on TV once, and I was like, I don't know, I was like, 12 or 13 or whatever, and like I hadn't really ever seen it, and just that scene where they pick the dude up on the side, it's one of the first scenes. It's not scary compared to the rest of the movie. But like they pick him up and he's like cutting his hand and he's all like crazy and stuff, and then they finally Like,
Yep.
yeah, I was like, something about that's just like it's fucked out to me. I don't know. And then there's one more that sticks out. I can't think of it right now. Yeah, I don't know. Just there for some reason, like those two really stick out to me. And like now, I don't know. I went back and watched the original, the Texas Chainsaw, and I was like, this is like it stands up, and it's as far as like, and I can see why it's considered like one of the classics. But like to everything else, like to other like standards, it's a little tame, I guess, kind of, sort of. Like,
are you into gaming at all, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you played Resident Evil 7, it's such a huge callback to that. Yeah.
Big, definitely. With all the, I really like the first person stuff and just the way that they showed the family and everything. That was,
What?
Yeah, the family at the dinner table. That just screamed Texas Chainsaw to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God, I don't know. I can't think of the other one right now.
It'll pop in there.
Yeah.
But like I said, like we do, as we're into this stuff, so we can get kind of jaded to it. What, like, as an adult, like, what's has scared you? Does movies, can they scare you anymore? You know what I mean?
I mean, there's shit that'll creep me out, but like, honestly, like there's stuff that I just get impressed if it grosses me out. Like, I almost like sit there and like challenge the movie to gross me out. Like, okay, do your worst. Give me your filthiest shit.
Yeah.
So not so much like scared. Like, I guess if I want to get really like spooked and scared, I'll watch like the ghost stuff.
Okay.
Because like all the supernatural stuff is like just horrifying to me, except for like the real cheap ass jump scares. You know what I mean?
Right.
But no, anymore I'll just like watch something really gross and be like, because to me, like, the truly horrifying stuff is like the real graphic stuff. You know what I mean? The stuff that can really happen in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right.
Yeah.
That could definitely happen. So.
With that, I thought of, because we were talking about the original Exorcist. That was one that used to get me. And then it was
dude, especially the random ass the little like quick shots of Pazuzu's face that you would see randomly, like that just got me every time. Yep.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. And like I think it was like just the way that it was shot, and just like how there was like a whole different voice coming out of, and it sounded like it was like, I don't know, just how they did it, and like just how it looked just really old school, and like, I don't know, I feel like there's something to that too. Like, it's just really,
I want this T-shirt so bad, but there's a T-shirt of Reagan going down the staircase like upside down, with the blood coming out of her mouth.
Yeah.
That scene chills me to the bone every time. Yeah.
That's dope.
What was it? I think it's The Sixth Sense, where they're like underneath the blanket or something, and he's like freaking out. Like, like thrown up in front, like she's just got this like look on her face.
Yep.
Yeah. I was like 10 years old and I saw that. I was like, holy shit, like what?
Yeah, between that and then when he looks up the staircase and sees the dead bodies hanging by the nooses. Yeah, that creeped the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Oh no. When he's sitting in that car.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah. The car, the lady that got killed in the car accident or whatever. Yeah.
It was fucking crazy. That is a great movie. And that kid is actually, he still does. I still see him in a lot of stuff. I like a lot of stuff I see him in.
Me too. I can't remember his name, but
yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the kid, the I See Dead People kid.
Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
If you're into Kevin Smith movies.
We've seen him live, dude.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm the biggest J Bob fan ever.
So you've seen Tusk, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was in that one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He was in
Yeah,
that.
he's one of the main character's best friends or whatever.
Yeah, he was like the
Yeah.
podcast guy or something.
Yeah, one of those nerds.
That's a good movie. I love Justin Long too. Yeah, I love. Oh God, dude. Yeah, I love Kevin Smith. And I everything he does too. I pretty much am into.
Does he influence your podcast? Or is he one of the reasons? Yeah. Okay.
Heavily, like.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Big time. We've seen him do the Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, and we've seen Fat Man on Batman Live down in Detroit a couple times.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And the new one, the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, is awesome. Like so good.
I dug it.
I
know a lot of people shit on it, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I love his movies. Shit, yeah, I was just watching a podcast of his like yesterday or something. I think he's got a new Fat Man Beyond out.
You ever go to any of the conventions and like meet Jason Mewes or anybody like that? Or
I have not been to one where he's been at yet.
Okay.
I do go to a couple up here in Michigan, but my cousin actually went to one 4 or 5 years ago now. I think it was the Motor City Nightmares. It's a horror film convention, and Jason Mewes was there, and he got me an alien, like one of those old 90s alien action figures, and he got Jay to sign it for me. I was like, what the fuck?
That's awesome.
Yeah,
apparently he's super cool. My buddy met him, and like he like really treats his fans well and everything. Yeah,
he seems like a really nice guy. I mean, the first 100 episodes of Jay and Silent Bob Get Old are pretty much just Jay telling his biography, essentially, and it all the way up to now. And so it's all the fucking crazy drug stories and everything.
Yep.
It's brilliant. It's
yep.
You ever want a good podcast to listen to, that's one. Well, back to horror though. Because Tusk is the only venture in that world he's ever taken, right?
That and Red State, I'd say, was pretty.
At least a thriller, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know what though? I don't know if it's out yet, or if it's still being put out. But I think there was some kind of horror episodic anthology thing. It was gonna be short, just like 6 episodes, and each one was gonna have a different director, and he was the director of one of them. But I can't remember anything else about it.
Yeah,
right now.
I remember seeing that. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. So I think he maybe did do something else in horror. But
I won't lie though, Yoga Hoosiers was pretty fucking scary.
It's such a good movie. I don't care what anybody says. I liked it. The Nazi bratwursts were hilarious. Bratzies. Fuck yeah. Well, okay. What about are you into like horror comedy at all?
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. Here's a deep cut for you. Have you ever heard of Hell Baby?
No.
Whoa, buddy. That's on Amazon, I think. And it stars Rob Corddry. I can't remember his wife, who plays his wife, but also Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh, nice.
And shit, there's one other one I'm forgetting. But it is one of my favorite comedies at all in the past 5 to 10 years, probably. And it's about Rob Corddry and his wife buy a haunted house in New Orleans. She's pregnant. They move in. Baby gets possessed. She gets possessed while pregnant. She's pregnant most of the movie. And it is fucking hysterical, dude. It is so goddamn funny.
You said Hell Baby?
Hell Baby, dude. There's this one scene. There's this one scene where they all like, I think they like smoke opium or something, and one of the guy, Kamal, shit, I can't remember his name. He's in Marvel now. Yeah, they go outside and he starts to drive away. And like every time I watch this scene, I'm fucking in tears, dude. It is so goddamn funny is what they did. And yeah, hell, baby. Aaron, I've shown you this movie, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. God damn it, it is fucking good. It is so good.
I've got the trifecta for you.
Oh, okay.
We got horror, we got comedy, and we got metal. Deathgasm. Yeah.
Dude.
I was talking about that one, man.
It's hilarious.
I just saw it for the first time like 2 weeks ago. I texted Aaron immediately. Have you ever fucking heard of this, dude? Like,
yeah,
it
was incredible.
Outstanding, dude. Because I'd seen it a million times in memes. That meme of the black metal guy with the ice cream. Yeah. I've seen that everywhere.
At the little park bench. Yeah.
But I never knew what it was from. Little did I know it's from the greatest love story of all time. Dude, man, I could. It
killed me whenever he was like introducing her to metal.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't quite get it,
Dude, she's like, it just sounds so angry. He starts like listing bands and they all sound fucking insane. I'm like, I have had that conversation in real life. Like this is reflecting reality a little too hard right now. I need to find out who made that movie because whoever they are, there's no.
I know it's from New Zealand. That's about it.
Whoever wrote it, there's no fucking way you write that movie with those jokes and not be a metal. That stuff only happens to metalheads. Like you have to. Yeah. I got to figure out who did that. That's a new mission for me now. Great movie, dude. Oh man, I'm so happy you brought that up. God, everyone see that.
This was like funny in like the wrong kind of ways. But did you check out the Lords of Darkness or Lords of Chaos?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I found myself laughing at it for the wrong reasons,
Yeah.
But
There's a couple of moments where it's like it's a little too close. It's like
yeah.
I really enjoyed it though, and I thought I can never remember his first name, but Macaulay Culkin's brother. He's really good. I really like his acting a lot.
He was really good, but the dude that played as Varg kind of made me chuckle too much,
Yeah.
I was like, did Varg really drink chocolate milk before stabbing him?
Yeah.
Did you ever see Varg respond to that movie online?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh my god, dude! I was just like, Jesus fuck! Somebody shut this fucking.
I know. I'm like, of course, he has to comment the fact that a Jewish actor played as him. I'm like, why?
Dude, what a dipshit!
My dude, just go back to some of the D&D stuff,
Yeah. Go fucking build a snowman somewhere. Jesus Christ.
The thing that got me about that, like, is the last scene where like he's going to actually kill him, and like he opens the door, he stabs him a couple of times, and then they're going down the steps, and he's just stabbing him repeatedly, like he keeps moving. It's like that wouldn't happen.
One in the apartment buildings like doing anything about it, like what's going on,
Nothing. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
little
really
odd.
I don't know.
Little odd. But that man, Deathgasm was Jesus, so good. I'm so glad I found that movie. Have you ever here's one I saw when I was really young. Did you ever get into Tremors?
Yeah. I've really only seen the first one. But
wow.
So one of those labels I was talking about earlier, Arrow Video, they are putting out a special edition 4K edition of it this December. I'll send you a link to it. But you bet your ass I'm getting that. But it just looks they got the crazy artwork for it and everything. I can't wait.
Especially the I mean, I like a lot more than just the first one, but the first one's definitely my favorite. Like,
totally.
The first scene, I remember being real young and I got freaked the fuck out when that car scene where the Tremors eats the whole car.
Yeah.
And like the fucking horns going and the lights are coming up through the sand. That freaked me the fuck out. That's such a
I don't know why I was always fascinated that they bled orange. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 Stuff like that.
That fucking guy though, the guy that Michael Gross, the guy that plays Bert. He's still making them, man. He's
I
still
know.
churning them out.
They're
More
on their
power to him.
6th or 7th or something.
Yeah, I think like the 7th is coming out in a week. Shrieker.
Yeah.
And it's got Napoleon Dynamite in it.
What?
Yeah. Shit, the last one had Jamie Kennedy.
Okay.
No way.
Yeah, as his son. Or maybe it was two of
Wow.
them ago or something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's still cranking them out, man. And I love him for it. Like, I'm still, as long as he makes them, I'll watch them.
I think Kevin Bacon owes a lot to that movie.
Oh, yeah. He should.
Yeah.
I'm bummed he was never in one again. Actually, funny side note, you can find a trailer for this on YouTube. They were going to make a Tremors miniseries on Sci-Fi starring Kevin Bacon. And they actually got as far to make a pilot and shoot. The pilot was finished, I believe, and they shot a trailer. Maybe even more of it was finished. And then for whatever reason, it just never got released.
How did that not take off? Wow.
I don't know. There's a straight up trailer. You can actually watch a trailer of Kevin Bacon fighting graboids again.
Because like there are so many Tremors fans out there, and they all want to see Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that would have been a surefire hit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Have you ever seen Strange Wilderness?
I just watched it again a week ago.
Okay, if you like that, you will love Hell Baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, dude! Strange Wilderness.
Yeah.
There's a weird fog rolling in. Put down the bong.
When he's talking when he's doing the voiceover work for the fucking sharks, and he's talking about the goblin shark. Yeah.
Oh, I fucking cry every time, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, are you wearing a thong? Yeah, I'm wearing a thong. Yeah.
Yeah. Jonah Hill.
It's fucking incredible. One of his best, most underrated roles by far.
I love his accent in it the whole time too.
Yeah. It's another fucking, I gotta say, one of my favorite actors that keeps popping up in these movies we're talking about, Justin Long, man, is a beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast. And I don't care what anybody says. I love that first Jeepers Creepers movie. That's a great movie. I loved it. He was great in it.
Dream Factory put out a really nice edition of that too.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
That was another one of those movies I saw kind of early on that like it wasn't it because it really isn't like anything else. It's kind of a combination of a bunch of different things, and it's
actually fairly original.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a lot of those. God,
recent originals. Have you guys checked out Hereditary or Midsummer?
Literally, the next words out of my mouth were about to be this movie everybody's talking about, Hereditary. I have not seen it yet.
You will love it.
Everybody's raving. Convince me, because I read the synopsis and I was like, "What is scary about this?" I didn't get it, but it was like just like somebody.
How much do you know about it?
Somebody moved into a family's house and they're parasitic or something. No, that's Parasite. That's the one
Parasite,
I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Sorry, I'm getting them confused.
That one's great too. Not a horror movie. Well, it's hard to describe Parasite, but no, Hereditary, definitely check out. Knowing how much into paranormal stuff you're into, it's right up your alley. But it's a family dealing with the loss. Well, it's so the lead role, I can't remember, Toni Collette, I think is her name.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know,
okay.
But she's the mom. There's a whole family. Her mother just died, and turns out she didn't know a whole lot about her mother, or as much as she thought she did. But the mom was into pagan stuff. You know what I mean? And it's definitely like a ghost story. I just can't tell you a whole lot without ruining anything.
Okay.
Because like when you see the trailers for that, you expect certain people to be in the whole movie the whole time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I know I'm being super vague.
Okay.
But Yeah,
The
I
trailer,
would definitely recommend it.
trailers are misleading though.
On purpose. Yes.
Nice. Oh,
On purpose.
okay.
That
I like that.
that was how I felt about Midsummer.
I
Like,
love Midsummer.
what? Because I was trying to convince BJ to watch it because
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of it, honestly. Like,
Is that the cult one?
yeah,
Yes, it's
Okay.
a Swedish cult.
Yeah, that's the one.
So same director as Hereditary.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And it's yet another movie dealing with loss and like grieving, like family members. But this college girl who is going through like relationship problems, she decides to go to Sweden with her boyfriend and the group of friends or whatever.
Yeah.
And they experience a Swedish festival, but they realize they're kind of like trapped there. Basically, it's like a Swedish pagan cult, you know. Again, can't say a whole lot without ruining shit, you know.
Yeah.
Aaron, is that the one where you showed me the clip where the dude jumped off a cliff in front of everybody?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So I've seen that clip.
There's some stuff in that movie that like is just it just feels wrong. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
very wrong. Yes.
It's such a like by the time I was finished watching it, I was like, for one, I feel like I need to watch it again because I think I missed a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, dude, I've watched it 4 times and there's still shit that I miss.
Yeah.
Like there's still more. There's so many layers to it. It's so fucked.
Yeah.
I like movies like that.
Yes, and Aaron, we're this is so stupid. Were you into Courage the Cowardly Dog as a kid?
Yeah,
I was.
Yeah.
All right, so the the guy that falls off the cliff, right?
Yeah.
And then his wife falls off the cliff,
Mm.
but she doesn't die right away. Or
Yeah.
no, it was the other way around. The wife falls off first, and then the guy falls off, but he doesn't die right away.
Yeah.
The fucking dude with the mallet. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
My buddies and I were watching that in theaters, and when we saw that dude with a huge ass hammer, all we could think of was "time to get me mallet."
Man, I didn't even think of that.
Just stupid connections, you know. Yeah. We said that, and then we said, "Oh, look, it's Swedish Gallagher."
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't recommend those movies enough, dude. Yeah, it definitely seems to have like a love-hate relationship with a lot of people, but damn, I've watched it 4 times and there's still stuff that I'm finding out about it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I haven't seen Hereditary. That's the one that I think I want to look up next or kind of get into because I've heard a lot about it. But yeah, like that movie just left me like reeling by the time it was over. I was like, 'cause it's not a happy story. Like,
oh no,
it is miserable from the start until the very end of it. Like,
yep,
right,
you know,
yep. Literally, as soon as the opening credits start, you just have this unsettling, like, feeling of guilt and uncomfortable in your gut the entire time. Like you are like, you feel this thing in your gut where it's just like, holy shit, get ready for 2 hours of depression, you know?
Pretty much, yeah. By the time it was over, I was like, I need to watch something else. Like,
yeah.
Opens the palate.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotta watch some Deathgasm.
Right.
Yeah.
What that's a good place to go though. What are some movies that when they ended it left you feeling like just wildly like disturbed or uncomfortable? Like a couple for me. Have you ever seen The Jacket, Steve?
No, but I know what that is.
It's more of a thriller than a horror, I would say. but holy fucking shit, you got to check that out. Like it is.
That's a
It's
ride.
I would describe it, even though it's in no way traditionally this, but I would describe it as a time travel thriller. It's not a traditional time travel movie by any sense, but it is. That's basically what it is. And wow, Adrian Brody just fucking kills it, and he's a genius. And great movie that will leave you feeling very uneasy. But also, dude, did you see one of the craziest experience I ever had in a movie theater? Did you ever see the remake of Stephen King's The Mist?
No, but I know exactly what you're talking. I know the exact scene that you're talking about.
Okay, dude, that ending scene in that movie, when I saw it in theaters, when that happened, I've never had this experience in my entire life. Nobody fucking moved when that movie ended. The entire theater was just
What?
like, like it took a few minutes for everyone in the theater felt the first guy standing up to walk out. Like everybody felt that guy. Like it was so intense, dude. It happens, and then we just cut to black, and we're like, whoa! Like, oh my god, that's what I needed a palate cleanser for sure. After, what about you guys? You guys got any good ones like that?
Yeah, are you a Joaquin Phoenix kind of guy?
I appreciate him. I've just never really, all the stuff I've seen him in, I've just never really personally connected with any of the roles. I thought he was great, but it kind of just felt a little flat on me most of the time.
And by the way, I'm not talking about Joker, by the way.
Right, okay.
Okay. I'm going to grab it real quick.
Okay.
Heads up, I got about probably 5 or 10 minutes left on my laptop battery.
Oh, for sure.
Just a heads up to you. But let me grab this real quick. Be right back.
I straight thought you were going to talk about Grave Encounters.
I was about to. That's on the list.
Yeah.
All right, so this is not a horror movie.
The Wicker Man?
Oh. You Were Never Really Here.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't heard of that one.
This was not like a huge, massive release. This was 2018.
Okay.
I think it was put out by like Amazon Studio. Yeah, Amazon Studios. So it's like Amazon's branch of like indie films.
Okay. Oh, cool.
So Joaquin Phoenix is a Marines veteran and suffers from extreme PTSD. Okay. His job is he's like a hitman. He literally goes and saves little girls and boys from sex trafficking. And it's very dark, deep, heavy shit, you know? Like literally saves like little girls from being raped by politicians.
Jesus Christ.
That. Yeah, it's dark, heavy material. But on top of that, he takes care of his mother, who is a senior citizen, and she's not all there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's like a lot of scenes of him like contemplating suicide, not just because of this PTSD, but also because of like his job, you know? So like if there's one movie that like makes me bawl my eyes out every time, it's this one. Seriously. Damn. Can't recommend it enough. But yeah, you will not feel right at all after watching it, you know? So, but yeah, I'd recommend that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, do you want to can you plug the computer in or anything, or?
Let me find my charger. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. What about Aaron? You got anything?
Well, I was gonna refill real quick.
But okay. You know what? Yeah. He'll plug it in. I gotta let the dog out. I'll be right back.
Real quick. I want to talk about Grave Encounters when we get back.
Oh, we will.
I know that movie.
All right. Yeah. Well, then we have much to talk about.
Yeah, that's one of the better found footage movies.
All right. Grave Encounters.
All right, I'm back in business.
Yeah, nice. You said you've seen Grave Encounters?
Yeah, that's one of the better found footage movies.
I agree, and that's
Yeah,
and it really
because there's a lot of shit.
yeah. We'll let Aaron come back, but I am genuinely surprised that more people don't know. I don't know if did it even ever come out in theaters?
I don't think so.
Like I found that shit in a secondhand store for like $3.
Yeah, my buddy
like,
torrented it and showed it to me.
Let me see here. Here we go. I didn't know that. It's a Canadian found footage movie.
I did not know that.
Brilliant. What, and I gotta say, like, looking at it now, it's kind of low-hanging fruit, but the idea of, like, the setting of we work with, with whoever, with the Travel Channel, and we're doing a ghost show, and this is the episode that goes wrong. Like, that's such a great setting. Like, I love the premise.
But I won't lie, like those what are they even called? Ghost Hunters? Is that what it's called?
Ghost Adventures, yeah.
Ghost Adventures, yeah. I can't stand watching that stuff. they're such douchebags, I mean, I like the idea of it. It's just like the idea of watching these like tribal tattoo like trying to intimidate ghosts is just
they do
ridiculous.
They do have that thing going on, that's for sure. I mean,
yeah,
but it's those are shows where it's like I watch them for two reasons mainly. Like one side for entertainment, just because it is kind of ridiculous, but also like a lot of the places that they go, you can like pay like whoever owns the property or whatever. You can most of those places got websites, and you can fucking pay them $100 to get locked in overnight.
Oh, yeah.
So I like checking. Yep. I like the inside footage of the places a lot. And a couple like Ghost Adventures in particular, oddly okay. So the only reason they exist is because they made a movie. They made their first episode, basically. It was like an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
And
I watched that, and that's creepy as all hell.
That one's actually good. Yeah, it's really good.
Really good.
And in that one, they talk about how the main dude, Zach, he lived in Ann Arbor for a certain amount of time, and his grandmother lived here in Michigan or something.
Okay.
But yet they have never done an episode in Michigan ever. So it kind of bums me out because I've never gotten to like go to any of the places they've gone. But the closest one to us is the Mansfield prison, right? I think in
Mansfield, Ohio.
In Ohio, yeah.
Yeah, we played there.
What?
No, sorry, not the prison, but the.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, hold the fuck on.
No fucking way are we playing there. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so sick though. What if they did have shows? That'd be sick.
We could remake the Metallica Saint Anger video. Or was that Saint Anger or Frantic? One of the two.
I thought it was Saint Anger. It might have been Frantic.
Probably. Yeah.
God, that'd be sick. I want to go there so bad though. Because I like me and a buddy of mine have done a few like places where we get locked in overnight and stuff, and it's a good time, man. It's a lot of fun. But Aaron,
I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like I know the last time I talked to you guys, I told you about that cemetery. That was it for me. Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron's on the fence about it too. I keep trying to convince him to come with me on one of these. He's always like, if you ever get a good EVP, I'll use it in a song. But
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm to the point where I feel like I'm open to the experience of it and stuff, but at the same time, I also am I've always kind of felt like I'm pretty like receptive to that sort of thing, like
I,
maybe like sensitive than others about it, and I guess I don't really know to what extent, but
let's
I
find
don't
out
know. Hey.
because, and I want to be there when you find out because I agree with you. I do get that kind of feeling, especially when we were doing that Randonaut thing, when we were playing Randonautica. Yeah, I do think you might put it this way. I don't think I'm sensitive to that shit at all, like very much at all. Like not a lot happens when I go out to these places, but maybe if I bring someone who is, I'll get some more reactions.
Possibly.
But anyway, yeah, we were just talking. So yeah, Grave Encounters. Aaron, I don't know if you know this. I just discovered it's a Canadian film that never had a full theatrical release, which really surprises me. Steve just said it's one of his favorite found footage films, mine as well. But you were going to list it as one of the ones that fucked you up.
Yeah. Anybody who knows that movie knows how it ends.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you start to kind of piece it together towards like the last like half hour of it all is like, or like when like you finally get to the point where they're like, oh well, the exit was right here.
Dude,
and it's like, no, there was no exit here. There's nothing. Like the room is like shifting and stuff, and just like
the whole movie. The whole movie spins on its head in that moment when they go out the door and you know they're supposed to be outside and now there's just more hospital or whatever it was. And in that moment, the whole movie, it's like, I thought I was just watching a regular ghost found footage movie. No, now it's a whole different thing. Like you're now trapped in something and like you weren't expecting it going in.
It obviously borrows a lot from Blair Witch because, like, in Blair Witch, the woods changes itself like that too, like traps people in. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I forgot about that element of that movie.
But like, Matters does enough to like separate itself. You know, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
This was what country was this? Did you ever watch the Wreck movies? REC Wreck, like Record? No. What about Quarantine?
Oh, I've seen Quarantine.
Yeah.
Quarantine is frame to frame. Is like it's like a remake of Wreck, basically.
Oh wow.
Hold on one second. I can't remember what country it's from.
All right, I know I've heard of Wreck. I haven't seen it. I can picture it, and it reminded me of it has a similar logo, I think, to those VHS movies that you showed me, Aaron. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 4 of them total, but the only ones worth watching are the first 2.
Okay.
But I think they're Spanish.
And those are found footage?
Yeah. Really good found footage.
Are they like you said, I can't remember. Is Quarantine like zombies?
It is zombies.
Yeah.
So it's found footage zombies, basically.
Okay, that's now.
Imagine 28 days later in Grave Encounters, I guess. You know what I mean? Imagine a found footage version of 28 days later, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not a big zombie guy, but I am a fucking huge, like when I was listing all those kind of different genres that were really popping up in the first decade of the 2000s, out of all of them, found footage is hands down my favorite. I love found footage movies, and if it's that taking that angle with zombies, I'm in. What's your favorite found footage movie, Steve? Like what do you think of that subgenre?
Blair Witch.
Blair Witch?
Yeah. Mainly because if you think about the time that it came out, people were fucking horrified.
They thought it was real.
They thought it was real.
It's so
It had
brilliant.
the most. Yep, it had the most genius marketing viral campaign back when the internet was in its infancy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People straight up thought they were watching a snuff film. You know?
Yeah.
And like that kind of thing can't happen today because of how fast information spreads and how fast it's debunked and everything. That we will never have an experience of that ever again. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You know.
That's a good point.
Yeah, is it a boring movie? Yes, but I think that's part of the appeal. That by the time stuff happens, you're like so like balls deep into it and creeped out that you're like, holy shit, am I about to see something? And it never really shows you anything. You know?
Yeah.
Like it sells you on what it doesn't show you, and it really leaves everything up to you. I love it. You know?
The imagination. Yeah.
Now the more recent one that came out, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a little weird seeing the actual witch, though. I don't know about you. If you've seen it or not.
Oh, the new fuck no! Actually, me and Aaron were talking about Blair Witch maybe a couple months ago, and I remember looking it up, seeing that there was a new one that had come out, and I was like, "How the fuck did I miss this? I have not seen it. I need to see it."
I might have spoiled stuff, but yeah, they showed the witch.
They showed wow, that makes me want to see it more.
And it's not what you expect it to be.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen it, Aaron?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You don't expect that shit at all. Really? So, it's definitely a more modern Blair Witch.
Yeah.
You make a really
I like it.
Well, I was gonna say you make a really good point though about the situation surrounding the first one, how that's kind of what the found footage movies try to capture, but they'll never be able to again. That's a
never.
I can see that. That's a really good
never
point.
get that ever again.
As close as I can think of it being is the Paranormal Activity series when that first started.
Those were quite good.
But
Some of them.
That was kind of a bit of a different approach to the found footage stuff, and it wasn't until the later movies when they kind of actually pieced it together into a real story instead of
connected it all.
one-off movies.
And I can't remember the exact budget, but like the first Blair Witch movie had like the most. It was like almost like the budget of like a small indie college movie.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Budget, and it just made like I think it's like one of the most successful movie profit stories ever. Or something
Yeah,
like
its budget. Oh my god, its budget was $60,000. Its box office gross was $248.6 million.
Exactly, dude. Translate that to like inflation today.
Yeah.
That's a stupid profitable movie, you know.
Yeah.
July 30th, 1999. Wow. Such a great movie. I loved it. What
As Above, So Below. You guys see that movie?
Which one?
As Above, So Below.
Yeah, I have that as well.
I think I've seen it. I believe.
Yeah, where they go into the catacombs and stuff, and
it takes place in France.
Yeah.
The French catacombs.
All right, I get that one and The Descent confused. Yeah, I've seen that.
The Descent is way better.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah,
I love The Descent. Holy shit.
That movie, like I have a problem with tight spaces. And
claustrophobia. Yeah.
Just when they're like stuck, or when there's just like certain points where like there's just a pit underneath of them and you can just hear this thing moving or whatever, or like just before they like, I think like an hour or so into the movie, like they don't even really show you like what is going, like what the monster is or whatever, like what the little and stuff. And then when you finally get a chance to see it, you're like, holy shit, like this is this is intense.
And it had a very, very, very minimal use of CGI, which I really appreciate.
It
was mainly practical.
I go all in for the practical effects. I much prefer that.
Yeah, hence why I stuck the dick of John Carpenter's The Thing so much, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
So
yeah, there's and that's actually I know it's not horror, but it's one of the reasons why I kind of appreciate the newer Jurassic Park movies, because that's what made the first one so fucking magical.
Yeah, I know.
And they do use a fair amount of robots and practical effects and puppets in the new one, so I am appreciative of that for sure. Same with the Star Wars movies; they did a lot too for that.
Yeah, that was part of the like I remember J.J. Abrams was coming out and was like, "Hey, check out these puppets," you know?
yeah. Like when Kevin Smith was somewhere in the background of the first Rise of the Force Awakens. And he said when he was on set for that, it was like they literally, like, a lot of people don't know this, but the original fucking Tatooine set in the desert from the fucking original movies, that was just sitting there this whole time in the desert. And I think they like went back to that location and like built on it and used it and stuff, and like built the whole little cities and everything.
They used that same set in Attack of the Clones as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the few. Oh god. That was one of the few scenes that wasn't behind a goddamn green screen the whole time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
that movie was super green screen. But what? Okay, so what about Blair Witch is your favorite? That's where was there a found footage film before Blair Witch?
Technically, yes.
Oh. Was it horror though?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Disgusting. Here it is. I had to set aside.
Nice.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Ooh, and this is found footage?
Technically, yes.
A cannibal?
The most controversial movie ever made, huh?
Definitely. This is one of the most banned movies out there. Okay. And for good reason. Now, as much as I don't condone animal violence, there are a ton of real animal deaths in this movie. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I will say you're not going to feel very morally comfortable watching this. You know what I mean? It is very much about a group of documentary filmmakers going to an Amazon jungle to film, like, natives,
Yeah.
And but you and so they disappear. Okay, so there's another group of people that go out to try and find those filmmakers, and they find out that they've been eaten alive by these cannibals. But they find the footage of the filmmakers, and you realize that these filmmakers were just fucking assholes, and they were like pissing off these cannibals and killing some of them and torturing some of them.
Jesus.
Which resulted in them getting killed.
Right.
Some of the most gruesome deaths you'll ever see in like the 70s. I think this is late 60s, early 70s. Literally, the director of this movie had to appear in court with the actors because everybody thought this was a snuff film when it came out.
Oh, so it was the Blair Witch effect.
Yes, but 30 years prior, or 20 or 30 years prior. Yeah.
That would fuck people up way more. Holy shit.
Yeah. He had to show up in court with the actors to prove that they're still alive. You know what I mean? Because the deaths in this are so convincing, So.
Oh, damn. That's like.
But yeah, there's several monkeys killed in it. It's a fucking awful. A tortoise gets killed, and it's so gruesome. There's other stuff that gets killed, but they actually are getting killed. Like, it's real.
Yeah.
Fun, you know what I mean? So.
That's not cool.
It's not, but.
I know, because I feel like the three of us are dead. You just got a kitten today. We're all animal.
Yeah.
We're all animal lovers here. Like, I'm sitting here watching a dog right now.
This is one of the films that introduced the whole animals were not harmed in the making of this film. You know, that thing.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
This led to that.
So
Yeah.
so this movie is like the actual like Cannibal Corpse of movies. Like this is
Yes.
like they like
Um,
or even Behemoth. I think Nurgle is still getting sued for writing anti-God lyrics in
always.
wherever
Yeah.
they are, and yeah,
He's a superstar in Poland. you know?
Poland. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild.
What is-
Yeah, like this is the move. This is the reason why Eli Roth made the Green Inferno. Like,
Oh,
this is his main inspiration. I mean, this isn't the only of its kind, though. There are several of these kinds of movies from that time. They're I just got this. I haven't even watched this yet, but I just got Primitives. Again, it's just another like cannibal, like savage type movie. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of those from that time.
What was that? There was two that I remember hearing about a long time ago that were like super controversial. It was something about Chernobyl. The Chernobyl
Diaries.
Yeah. Maybe
wait.
not that one. There was another one that was kind of like similar to that one, but I think that one was more of a found footage movie. And I don't remember liking it too much.
No,
Yeah.
I think we watched that together actually.
Yeah, maybe I think there was one more. It was about Chernobyl.
I think it was just called Chernobyl.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
There was that, and then there was a Serbian film that I remember hearing about.
Oh.
That was like.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Serbian film.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, there's those that just come up that's like.
You just cringe instantly. Yeah. Another one of those. Let me grab it. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I love this.
Yeah, man.
This is great. We have the fucking ultimate library right here.
Dude, I've been looking for a bunch of new stuff to start watching.
Yeah, me too.
This month, and like this is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so not a horror movie. This is more of like an artsy fartsy type movie. Very political. This is called Salo, or 128 Days in Sodom.
Okay. Never heard of it.
Some of them, I'll put it this way, it'll leave a shitty taste in your mouth. Anyone who's actually seen this knows exactly what I mean. This is one of the most like sexually explicit movies that you'll see out there. It's Italian, go figure. 70s. From what I remember, it takes place during the Nazi Germany invasion of Italy, or something along those lines.
Okay.
I remember seeing a lot of Nazis in the movie, but it's this group of sexual deviants that kidnap like 20 younger adults, and they kidnap them and make them live in this like castle, or sorry mansion, and they just like they rape them all the time. They force each other to rape each other.
Jesus.
It's awful. Like one of the most sexually explicit things I've ever seen. But there's a dinner scene where everyone's forced to eat shit.
Oh my god.
Like what are all like served on a silver platter, just big hunks of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like and no one's allowed to fuck without anyone's consent. Like if you're caught fucking like out of love, you're killed on the spot. Stuff like that.
Oh, so wait, like you're not allowed to get consent?
Correct. Like like
Jesus.
It's got to be by force. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's fucked. It is just so fucked.
Yeah.
There's pissing scenes, like golden shower type scene. You know what I mean? It's rough. It really is.
God damn.
As somebody who watches and has, and I'm only asking this because
Somebody who watches piss porn, is that what you're saying?
no, there as because like I'm not as involved in like the super underground style of horror,
It's an acquired taste, I
Sure.
should say.
So is metal.
Yeah, hey.
Mhm.
I just kind of wonder like how you like separate yourself from that, and how you like, you know what I mean? Like,
What do you mean? Like separate? Like, what do you mean? Go deeper.
I don't know,
I don't know what you mean.
like there's because there's certain things that like whenever they come up, like I just have a problem with, and
Oh yeah.
like
Oh, okay.
is there like how do you separate like the fact that like, oh, I mean, obviously there's the side of like, oh well, it's just art for art's sake, and it's about like the overall theme of the movie rather than just like,
It's like how do you still get entertainment out of it?
yeah,
I guess it's shock value. It's the same thing. It's the same reason why people listen to Cannibal Corpse or death metal. You know what I mean? Like
sure,
from an outsider's perspective, all three of us listen to the most fucked up music out there.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. We make sure.
And but amongst the three of us, we all love it. We all embrace it. Doesn't matter what the subject matter is. We still listen to the music, read the lyrics and everything, and oh, that's fucking brutal. You know,
That shit's hard.
yeah.
Same shit, different medium. You know.
Yeah. It's Cannibal Corpse on screen. Yeah.
Yeah, literally, or yeah, like there's a metal documentary called Metal: A Headbanger's Journey.
Oh, it's one of my favorite
yeah.
movies ever made.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know it
So
verbatim by heart.
when they get to the death metal part of the film,
Mm-hmm.
they literally talk about being at the football bleachers, reading each other autopsy lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like grossing each other out on purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who can find the
Like-
grossest lyrics? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So my buddies and I, we literally go out of our way to find the most fucked up, gruesome movies out there. You know, it doesn't matter how bad they are. We'll just sit down and have a blast watching it. You know.
Yeah.
So
We used to do that. My cousin and I, Preston, co-founder of the show, used to do that. But it was a lot. I don't know if it was easier or not, but back in the day, our method was always you go to the fucking video store, and
oh yeah. Yeah.
and they used to have all the fucking underground the horror section was like the biggest section in the fucking store.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we would find all kinds of shit. I mean, like there was one movie. Oh man, we got it because we are giant. We're a giant Chris Farley fans. For my money, he was the funniest man to have ever walked this earth. I fucking worship Chris Farley. But we found this horror movie that was titled Black Sheep. You ever heard of this?
No.
Oh fuck, dude.
I know about the comedy Black Sheep. I didn't know about the horror. Yeah.
You are in for a treat, my friend. The tagline is, "There are 70 million sheep in New Zealand and they're pissed off."
Oh no.
It's literally sheep attacking people, dude. Where sheep's driving cars. It's the fucking funniest horror movie ever made, ever. And it's like my mom, like she's so like doesn't, she doesn't get me. She doesn't think she doesn't like metal at all,
Yeah.
But like every once in a while I'll get her with something. Like I'll put on like a like back in the day when I lived with my parents and everything, I would throw on like a Tosh Point or a South Park and I'd catch her laughing at it or something. I showed her Black Sheep once and she was fucking crying through the whole movie. I was like, yeah. So yeah, we used to go to like the movie store and we'd find these weird underground horror movies. How do you do it now? Like what's your, besides like word of mouth? Do you have besides like an app like Shudder or something? Do you have like a site you go to or something, or what's your method of finding this stuff?
So all these boutique Blu-ray labels that I was mentioning earlier, they literally have new releases like at least 3 or 4 every month.
That's awesome.
And I'll buy a lot of this shit just based on the cover alone.
Very metal of you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, prime example. I bought this based on the fact that it was banned in several countries.
That's
like, okay.
why I got into cannibal. Yeah, that's why I got into Cannibal Corpse.
And of course, I watched it, and it's just disgusting. Necromantic.
Ooh, I like that's like a band name. How is that not a band name?
West German horror film, but all about fucking a corpse. So yeah, literally this dude and his girlfriend are obsessed with dead shit. Doesn't matter if it's a dead human, a dead cat, whatever. They just get off to any kind of dead corpse in their house. Well, he's a street cleaner, so he picks up corpses from like car accidents and shit like that. Yeah. So he steals a corpse from work, brings it home, and the girlfriend falls in love with it, and she leaves the boyfriend for the corpse and steals the fucking corpse. Yeah. But there's like full-on sex scenes with this corpse, and it's the funniest thing ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And she like. Oh my god. They take a broom, they break off the end of a broomstick, they attach it to the corpse where it's supposed to go, she sticks on a condom and she just rides it. It's the funniest thing. Yeah. Oh, it's sick as hell. Yeah.
Did they use like a dummy for the corpse, or was it an actual actor?
It was a dummy,
okay.
But man, it was pretty convincing though.
Oh hell yeah!
It was very goopy. It was very sticky. It was very decayed. Oh god, like it would make me gag. They would like the thing only had one eyeball, and it makes me gag just thinking about it. But they would lick the eyeball and shit, Yeah, just nasty stuff.
Oh my god! Everybody, check out Necromantic.
Everybody, yeah.
No, don't.
Good family film right here.
It's great. Yeah, you throw this on with the whole family.
But like I literally just like I'll get all the emails. Like I subscribe to all the newsletters. I get all the emails. Like, hey, we got this stuff coming out. This is what it is. And it's mainly all 70s and 80s stuff.
It actually sounds a lot like how. Like I'm sure all three of us discover new metal.
Yes.
I just didn't realize. I just had never heard of these companies that put this stuff out like that. I didn't know these guys existed. So that's fucking awesome. I'm definitely gonna go.
Yeah, there's such a huge market right now for just underground horror on Blu-ray. Like they just go out of their way to find shit that never made it to DVD.
Mm-hmm.
It never saw the light of day other than the VHS tape. Mm-hmm. They go and find it. They restore it and put it back out.
Oh, that's sick.
So yeah,
that's so sick. That's the thing too. Like, don't get me wrong, man. I fucking love the Star Wars. I fucking worship at the altar of Marvel. Like, I've been a Marvel fan since 1991 when I got my first Spider-Man comic. Like,
yeah,
it was I love all that stuff. I love the treatment it's getting in theaters. The only downside to it for me is that I also love movies that are very ground level in terms of horror. My favorite example of this is by far Evil Dead. I fucking love that movie so much, and the original and the remake. And like in terms of non-horror, I'm sure you've never heard of it, but there's this movie by Jeff Daniels, who's from Michigan, and it's to me, if anyone in the world ever wanted, there's two parts of this. If anyone in the world ever wanted to know just a little glimpse of what it's like in northern Michigan, watch this movie. Also, if I were ever to be away from home for an extended period of time and got homesick, I would watch this movie. It would make me feel at home. It's called Escanaba into Moonlight. It's such a ground level film. Like, it's just about a guy that goes up to his cabin. They go deer hunting and a bunch of weird shit happens. It's Jeff Daniels, so it's a comedy. But it's such a ground level movie. You know what I mean? It's not this giant fantastical thing. I love going to theaters to see these Marvel movies and everything, but I miss the smaller, you know what I mean? Like
everything gets overshadowed. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so, like, for these companies to be doing this with these kind of movies, especially right now, and you tell me there's a huge market for them, that makes me excited.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of people that just truly appreciate film, and they're not going to the theater just to munch on popcorn and watch Iron Man. You know what I mean?
Right.
No offense to you for doing that. You know what I mean? Like, Marvel's awesome, but there's I have such a fatigue for superhero stuff.
Yep, lots of people do, man.
I'm one of the biggest Star Wars fans you'll ever meet, but even I have a Star Wars fatigue right now.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
It's getting milked to death.
Yep.
Like there are so many like just like perfect, like not perfect, but like so many like top tier like AAA movies coming out that just get overshadowed. They don't make their budget back. They don't make any profit at all. They're very critically acclaimed, but just no one pays attention to them. You know what I mean? I definitely know what you're talking about for sure, and I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah. We need someone to make a really great fucking ground level werewolf film. Where's the like how, like, seriously, how, that is such an untapped, like, it was crazy when I was going through the werewolf movies, the shit I was finding, I was like, what? Dog soldiers? Are you kidding? Like, what is, like, what do we even, like, come on, like, give me, why do they all have to have a bunch of werewolves? Why can't we just have one werewolf terrorizing a small town, or maybe like a car gets, there was one movie, fuck, I can't remember. Aaron, maybe you remember. I can't remember if we saw it. I don't know if we ever saw it, but I know we saw the trailer. But it was like a girl and a woman and her daughter, and their car breaks down, and then they get attacked by a monster. It's called The Monster. That's right. That's right. I did see it. That was dope.
I own it. Yeah.
That was fucking scary as hell. Like, that was a good
look into that studio. It's called A24.
Oh, I love A24. They're the ones that did the Uncut Gems. Yep. No, they are fucking out. That's an outstanding film studio. Outstanding. I love it. Yeah.
The Killing of a Sacred Deer was really good. So a chance for that. They had Nicole Kidman and Colin Farrell.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
That one was heavily compared to Stanley Kubrick type film.
Oh, wow.
So
that's high praise.
Check that one out. Yeah. Check out The Witch.
I've seen The Witch. I did not like The Witch.
Oh, come on.
I love that movie.
Really? Okay, maybe I need to see it again. I won't put
you do.
Maybe I need to see it again. I just remember.
Was it the dialogue? Was it hard to keep track of the dialogue, or?
I just remember it being really long, and I don't feel like anything happened. Like, I don't remember any like super scary. Like, a daughter went missing or got sick or something, and she went missing and they just never found her or something. I don't remember it all. But
give it a rewatch.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll have to, dude, because people, ever since I saw it and I left the theater going, man, that kind of sucked. Then everybody has been raving about it since. So maybe I need to give it another chance.
Yeah,
I'll give that one another chance. Yeah,
it's very cinematic. It's very like
artsy. Yeah. I remember that about it. It was very like all the shots were very important, which I appreciate.
Yeah,
I'm not knocking that at all. Yeah.
Fucking, I can't remember that director's other movie.
The director of The Witch?
Yeah.
Here, I'll look it up real quick. The Witch. Here we go. 2015 horror. Wow, 5 years ago. Director Robert Eggers. Eggers.
Oh, the Lighthouse.
Oh, everybody's been. I need to see that. I haven't seen
It's
that
incredible.
yet. Yeah,
I've
that's what
been
I
hearing
heard.
so much about that.
Holy hell, it's incredible.
It's Willem Dafoe and Batman, Robert Pattinson, right?
Yeah.
I love Willem Dafoe to death. So, and I'm not a big Twilight guy, but he looks great as Bruce Wayne. So I'm excited for Batman.
Yeah.
You will eat your words about Robert Pattinson if you see The Lighthouse and if you see Good Time, which is also another A24 movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You will never even you will forget Twilight ever fucking happened.
Okay. Well, I've never even seen him, so.
Well, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
You'll never think it ever existed.
Don't forget about glittery vampire.
Yeah. It's not like if you love Twilight, you'll love this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You will suddenly think very highly of him. I'll say that. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
That was what, because my vocalist keeps telling me about that same thing. He's like, man, like
Yeah, Alex loves that movie.
Yeah,
He
he's
told
like,
me about it.
It's the way it's shot. He's like, it's the thing between the two characters and stuff. And I guess because I was looking it up last night, there's only like 3 or 4 actors in it.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of
yeah, there's only 3 actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's black
There's
and white.
Pattinson, Dafoe, and there's a woman. That's it.
Yeah.
They did it Clerk style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, black and white, and the aspect ratio of it is not a traditional aspect ratio.
That's
So like when
that's what
you pop, if you watch it on your TV, you'll notice that it doesn't quite fit your TV like a normal movie would.
Oh, that's sick.
Just keep in mind it's that way on purpose.
Yeah. Oh, I dig that. I think that helps create an atmosphere.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And get ready for a lot of masturbation.
Didn't mention that, but okay.
Yeah, Alex didn't say nothing about that.
Yeah, you get to see Robert Pattinson pulling his putt a few times.
Oh my God. Well, that's worth price of admission right there. Oh, that's awesome. You get to see
He
Batman.
doesn't sparkle either. You know, he just keeps whacking.
Non-sparkling, jerking off Batman. I can't wait. That's fantastic. No, I love Willem though. He's everything I've ever seen him in is fantastic. He's such a great actor.
You will worship him after seeing that.
I did see. I can't remember where, but I do remember seeing like a clip of a monologue he did in that movie, and it was breathtaking. I was like, whoa.
You're not fond of me lobster. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
He's fucking.
Yeah, he basically like puts a fucking Poseidon curse on Pattinson in that scene.
Wow.
I like when you watch that scene, your jaw will hit the floor because you just can't fathom how somebody can remember that much dialogue at once and spout it off like that.
Yeah.
It's truly magical to watch.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. My roommate even has been wanting to check that out. I think it's on Prime or Hulu or something. We'll have to throw that on. Yeah. God damn. Such great. I don't think Willem Dafoe's never. God, I can't remember him ever being in anything horror. He's played the bad guy.
It's not super well known, but he was in a film called The Antichrist or Antichrist.
I fucking might have seen that.
I would heavily recommend it. Very artsy fartsy.
He'd be such a wonderful like.
What else he's been in?
Like if he had played the devil in Devil's Advocate, that would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep.
Everybody wants him. Everybody wants, the thing online always is everybody wants Willem Dafoe as the Joker. I don't disagree at all. I think he'd kill it, but
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
but I think as in a
If you
horror.
ever want to see him as Jesus, he did a good
yeah.
Jesus too. Yeah.
he did a good Jesus, and he'd be a great devil.
He's been in some shit.
Oh yeah, dude, he's amazing. Steve, were you ever into Dexter?
No, but I heard it's coming back.
Yeah. See, Aaron and I are really, really big fans.
Yeah.
But
I'm very picky about TV. Honestly, it's
I am too.
Yeah, it was Breaking Bad, and that's it for me.
Okay, well, no, I'm fucking dude. I love Breaking Bad, and El Camino was one of my favorite movies of last year.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh, I love fucking. Fun fact. So the creator of Breaking Bad,
Gilligan.
yes.
Yeah.
Gilligan. God damn it. All right. Jamie.
Vince Gilligan.
Vince Gilligan.
There you go.
Vince Gilligan. Fun fact: one of the things that got me into horror, going back earlier as a kid, that I forgot to mention was X-Files. I had the box set of Friday the 13th you have. I have that of X-Files.
Right on
Blu-ray, and I fucking watch it constantly. I love going back to the very first episode and seeing like the old cell phones and the old cars and everything. And so I love that shit.
Give it another shot because I totally dig and respect X-Files. I saw it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
I ran through like the first like 3 or 4 episodes. It piqued my interest. It just never got back to it. You know what I mean? So I just gotta start over again.
It's a great ride, dude. It's a great ride.
But that theme song is so iconic. I remember my parents watching it all the time and just hearing that off in the living room. Like, ooh, something spooky about to happen. You know?
Yeah, it's like the Twilight Zone theme. Yeah.
Dude,
it's literally my fucking ringtone. Like, dead serious. But the Vince Gilligan in the late 90s started directing some episodes of the X-Files.
That I believe that 100%. Yeah.
He directed in particular in the 90s, there were 2 completely different episodes that featured Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, and
no shit
directed both of them. So that was
shit.
Their first connection. The X-Files leads to Breaking Bad. Dead serious.
Wow.
And
makes a lot of sense.
You into Twin Peaks at all?
I have not gotten into it, but it is one that I've been intending to go back.
Okay, the main character of X-Files,
Fox Mulder.
Yeah,
David
he's
Duchovny.
He's in Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
He plays a transgender FBI agent.
Ah, well, he plays FBI in the X-Files too.
Exactly. Yeah. But it was prior to X-Files.
Oh, okay.
So he's even younger. You know, It's just really funny seeing him, and then he moves on to X-Files.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that I'm definitely I'm very particular with TV. In fact, it wasn't until like I had actually stopped watching TV entirely until I discovered Dexter. And I was like, oh, what? Dude, this isn't normal TV. Like,
right,
I had never seen a Showtime show or
this ain't no bullshit soap opera.
Yeah. I'd never seen anything like that until then. And the first 4 seasons of Dexter are absolute fucking magic gold. But much like The Sopranos, another beautiful fucking show, dog shit ending. Absolute fucking dog shit ending.
That's what I heard.
And so I'm really hopeful because I love the character and the story so much. I'm really hopeful that when they come back, they fix that fucking ending because they definitely can. It's very fixable.
I can't tell you how many times I saw people posting about it, like saying like, "Wow, just finished Dexter. What the fuck?" You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Like It's a lot like, I mean, honestly, another one of my favorite fucking shows is Sons of Anarchy, but it's like the first 3 seasons. It's one concise beginning, middle, and end story. The first 3 seasons are one story, and it's perfect. And then after that, it's still good, but it kind of falls off. It's never as good.
Does it get drug out?
Not like, drug out. It's like after the third, it's a twist. It's a twist I didn't see coming. That's why I love it so much. This beautiful, amazing twist that happens at the end of season 3. As a result, it's like the beginning of season 4, we're introducing a whole bunch of new characters and a whole bunch of new storylines. It's just a whole new thing. And it just never quite captures that same magic.
Right.
It's still good. It's still good. Like Dexter, it's still good after season 4, but never as good. Like, what happens at the end of season 4 of Dexter is legendary, dude. It's legendary. But Aaron and I have been talking about that since yesterday, 2 days ago when that news dropped. Yeah. So I had to bring it up because it is in somewhat the horror genre.
Man, there's that show, and then because it was really, I was kind of in the same boat with it because I don't know, it was kind of the first time where because I caught it, I think just before the last season, or maybe it was between 7 and 8, somewhere in there.
Dexter.
Yeah.
So you came into it as it was ending, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I did with Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Well, I was on that quite a bit later, but I still watched most of it. I don't know, all the way through, including the El Camino, which I thought was just really, in terms of just the writing in it and just how they ended it all. But the other one that kind of had the same lackluster kind of thing towards the end of it was Hannibal, the show Hannibal.
Oh, did you ever see that?
Yeah.
No, but I heard that was really good.
Okay.
Yeah, man. There's some stuff in there that I can't believe that. First of all, because it was on just a regular network.
Yeah.
On 8 o'clock, it's something.
Yeah, it wasn't no HBO or FX or it was Fox or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it was the first season and then the second season, where how they tied them together and just some of the visual stuff from it was just straight off of a metal cover. There's some stuff on there that visual stuff there's the one where they're I don't know, I guess I won't give away too much, but there's a scene about he walks out onto this beach.
Yes.
And it's this giant totem of bodies.
A totem pole of bodies, dude.
Yeah.
It's like that
I'm envisioning that right now. That's awesome.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, man,
it reminds me of that. That there's a Dimmu Borgir cover where it's just like a thing in the middle of a desolate field. I can't remember. Death Cult Armageddon, I think is it. But that's what it reminds me of. But it's literally, dude. Oh, you gotta at least watch the first season. As a metalhead, the fucking kills. Every single one, dude, that's how I got Aaron to watch it. I was like, dude, this whole show every episode gives you a new album cover. It's
pretty much, yeah.
It's so fucking crazy, dude. The shit that they did in that show was amazing.
Is there any connection to Silence of the Lambs?
Absolutely, no. It's I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's okay. Do you know the whole timeline of Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, Red Dragon?
No, I've only ever watched Silence of the Lambs, and that's it.
Which I would actually say is my favorite horror movie of all time. But so Red Dragon. So before Clarice, there was another FBI in the story of Hannibal. Before Clarice, there was another FBI guy who actually used Hannibal as a consultant to solve some of Hannibal's own murders. Because Hannibal was, I can't remember, what was he, a professor or a doctor or something before?
I think he was a professor.
Yeah. And so there was this FBI guy that was using him as a consultant. He's the one that ultimately ends up catching Hannibal. And that is what is shown in the film Red Dragon. This show takes place prior Red Dragon. So it's the origins of those two. Because in Red Dragon, it's just the guy figuring it out real quick and then catching him.
Yeah.
Whereas the show is them actually like working together and getting to know each other and stuff like that. And Hannibal, the kills, dude, like that one where that body was strung up in the alleyway, it was crucified almost, but it was like strung up on strings and dude, like I was like, oh, it's the most fucking brutal shit I've ever seen, dude. It's so sick.
There was another one with a bunch of like glass slides.
It's chopped up in the glass slides, dude. Oh my god.
And like a lot of it has to do with like just the way it's kind of all revealed to you and the way it's like there's
the camera work.
Yeah, there's these things that happen, and like sometimes it's the first part of the episode, other times it's like it just kind of like, you know, all of a sudden you're just in it and you don't even realize what's happening until it's all kind of like right in front of you. But yeah, man,
super good.
I always struggle with the dude's name. It's Mads Mikkelsen, right?
Who's
Mads Mikkelsen? Yeah.
He was a bad guy in one of the recent James Bond movies.
Yeah.
It's got him, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, he plays Hannibal.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, I haven't quite finished the third season.
No, we fell off after the second one.
Yeah. It's one of those that like the first two seasons are where it's at.
Yeah.
But,
right on.
If
it's tied to Silence of the Lambs, I'll check it out. That sounds awesome.
It's very. Yeah. I don't think we ever meet Clarice, but outside of that, it's very, very much tied. Silence of the Lambs, though, is what do you where do you like rank that movie? And let's say top 10. Does that make your top 10 horror film, Steve?
I wouldn't say so,
okay.
But I definitely love it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that movie for me is just fucking chilling.
I agree. What was I gonna say? Like I try and compare that to like The Shining or The Thing, and it's definitely in the upper echelon of horror films.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's like stupidly critically rated. Of
course,
like everybody loves it. You know what I mean?
Of course, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I grew up in a time where nobody liked, like every fucking time I went and saw and cried laughing at an Adam Sandler movie, I would go home and all the fucking critics would be like, this movie's dog shit. I'm like, well, critics are idiots. Critics are fucking morons. Clearly.
Right. On that note, it's almost past my bedtime.
Yeah, no, I actually forgot to ask how much time you had before we started. So yeah, I was, that's my bad.
Oh, you're good.
But man, dude, you know, go fucking play with the new kitty. What's its name?
Yeah. Well, we got him from a shelter. His name's Marcus, but
awesome.
we're not sure if we're gonna rename him or not.
Okay.
So, but who knows? You know,
Name
he might be a bozo. Who knows? So,
name him fucking what's the Zozo, that demon that everybody else knows about with the Zuzu. Yeah. Fucking Ozzy. Lemmy. Yeah. Oh, that's a good name for a cat. But all right, man. Dude, Steve, thank you fucking so much for being back.
Thank you.
Oh my God, dude, this was so much fun. I can't even tell you.
I agree. I don't have a whole lot of people that I can just talk horror and geek out the whole time about. So.
Neither do we, bro. Neither do we. Shit, man. So yeah, fuck it, dude. Next time something like crazy comes out and you want to hop on and just like talk about it or review it or whatever, let us.
Yeah, sure, man.
We would love that. But no matter what, I'm sure either way you'll be hearing from me within the next couple of months to have you back on if you're not already. So
of course, thanks, guys.
So real quick, anything to plug for Bravura?
I'm gonna shoot you a couple goodies tomorrow. I'm really trying to get this damn music video out, and I want you to see it. It's not done, but I want you to see it at least.
Hell yeah! So, I'd love to.
And Aaron too, I suppose. So.
Yeah, man. I'll I'm a little more quiet, but yeah, definitely. Like,
It's okay. Yeah.
talking about it, man. I was like,
No, Aaron's someone great to talk to. He just released the music video, so
Did you really?
yeah.
yeah.
For
Okay.
what was the track, Aaron?
It was for a song we got off the newest last thing we released called Putridity.
Right.
Trinity. Okay.
That's the track name. It's off the 5-track EP Titan.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah. Burton, can you link me that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll send that to you
Cool.
as soon as we're done. Yeah.
Right on. Cool. Yeah, on that note, yeah, I'm gonna send you some Bravura goodies. Again, thank you for the order.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you
Thanks
for
for
the
being
free.
so patient.
Oh,
I took forever to ship that out. So
Oh no, dude! That merch is amazing, dude. That shit. I don't know who you got printing it, but it looks outstanding in person.
yeah.
So good.
For the t-shirts, it's a local guy, believe it or not. So
That's awesome.
he's just really good.
That's awesome. But well, here, where can people find the merch?
BigCartel.com, Bravura Band Official.
Fuck yeah, and be sure to check out Bravura on all social media and everything else. All right, I will. I'll stop recording and then we'll wrap up. But Steve, thank you so much again for being on.
Thank you guys.
This was amazing, and we had so much fun.
I hope people check out some fucked up movies and get grossed out.
Yeah, tis the season. Tis the season.
As soon as I knew that's what we were talking about tonight, I was like, all right, I'm gonna start making a list of stuff. Like,
I'm excited.
I had such a big pile of reserves, you know.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Steve. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we will be back again soon. For noise, smoking weed, no. All right. I think we're going. I did the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 and hit record. Fucking, how was that, everyone? Holy shit. God damn it. I feel like I say this every episode, but that was some of the most fun I've ever had on this podcast. Like, it was just an absolute riot, man. Like, that's one I'm gonna fucking go back and watch a couple times because of how much fun it was. Like, it was an absolute riot having Steve back on, and to talk to somebody that is that knowledgeable and knows about fucking horror movies that I've never even heard of or anything. Like, yeah, that was an absolute treat.
It was cool to hear about because I guess I don't really think of horror in the same way, or just like movies the same way that I do music, but really like just the similarities to them are pretty like eye-opening, and the fact that, like, you know, I mean, it's no secret that metal has, or at least like the extreme forms of metal, has a lot to owe to horror movies and to, like, you know, just the slashers or whatever. But, like, you know, just hearing even down to like regional stuff, like, oh, like where they're from, like what kind of like horror, like is it like, you know, stuff from Europe, is it like they all have their different kinds of styles to it. Same way with metal, like it's, you know, like they've all kind of got their own different twists on it and stuff. But it was cool to kind of hear, like, you know, just the fact that kind of like subculture exists in the world of film in the same way it does in music.
Right, dude. Even down to variations by geographical location.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we got, you know, like metal sounds different depending on where it comes from in the world. Horror movies have that same thing going on. Like I guess, yeah, that's a really good point, dude. Like I had never realized how, like, I knew that they were always synonymous and went hand in hand, and without horror movies, we talked about it in the episode, Black Sabbath never creates heavy metal, essentially, in my opinion. And
honestly, when you brought that up and when you said that, it was kind of a thought that never really hit me in that way, like how closely those were related.
Like they literally like are hand in hand. Without horror movies, I don't think we ever get heavy metal. Like
it's very possible.
I mean, maybe we do eventually, but we definitely don't in with Black Sabbath. You know what I mean? Like we don't get it that early, and that like influentially thought about. You know what I mean? Like it really became something because of them in that situation, and it's always something that's gone hand in hand for me. It's always like if you're a fan of horror, odds are you're a fan of or if you're a fan of metal, odds are you're a fan of horror. Apparently, except for the rest of the members of Bravura.
Yeah, I don't
blew my mind.
Yeah,
but hey, shout out to every single one of them. Like you guys fucking rule.
Yeah.
And anytime you guys want to be back, you're more than welcome, or be on for the first time because we've only had a few. But yeah, like it was really cool to kind of like go into that and talk about how intertwined that shit and actually realizing how intertwined for the first time was really neat. Makes me appreciate it a lot more. And like we talked about at the intro, like really like reignited like this conversation really lit a fire in me to like, I've watched like 5 fucking horror movies since we had this conversation. And
that's kind of I've been kind of struggling to get into that, like, you know, just the mode of wanting to like be in that kind of like world, I guess, like watch that kind of movie, because it's, you know, and like with everything that's happened, everything's been like super heavy and stuff, like admittedly sometimes like I'm just not really feeling that kind of movie, but like you know, it's kind of going back to like the fact that it's like fantasy, it's storytelling, like it's, you know, it's forced, but I guess maybe I like, I don't know, like seasonal like watching, maybe, I don't really like that term, but like viewing, I guess, like only watching certain movies at a certain point in the year, I feel like is also a very valid thing, and I think like more so like this part of the year, because like I always, man, like there's just movies and like things that I feel like are very necessary to watch at, like, you know, at Christmas time, especially like October. And to me, it's like the original Halloween and the Rob Zombie Halloween movies, Devil's Rejects, but that's just me.
I need to see that so bad. That's on my list. I
told
told
me
you.
Never.
Really? I haven't. Yeah, we've talked about this.
Damn.
I haven't seen Devil Rejects. I haven't seen 3 from Hell. I haven't seen House of a Thousand Corpses.
Man,
even though fucking I've known this for a while, but Rainn Wilson is in that movie, isn't he? Dwight. Yeah, I need to see it. That's gonna be the first one. That's gonna be the first one. But I'm gonna get to those this week.
Yeah. It's it's those movies. It's Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
Which I feel like, and I know we talked about it. I don't give a fuck about the other movies. The first movie, the original is like
solid.
It's like and I'm pretty sure you bring it up like in this episode. Like it's an original story. It's like it's the first, like there isn't another thing that I can point to and be like, oh yeah, that's kind of similar to that. And that's kind of the first time I ever thought about the fact that it really is its own standalone kind of story. And that's like, you know, like I feel like we need kind of more of that, because otherwise it's, you know, but yeah, I mean, kind of going with what I was saying, like it's that movie, it's The Conjuring, and up until recently it's been the first Sinister movie,
it's a good one,
the first couple Paranormal Activity movies, specifically the March ones, just because I feel like that was kind of the first that really kind of like, you know, did its own thing regardless of what you think of the whole series. Like to me it was because like mostly just because of the ending. I don't know if you ever seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it. It was good.
Yeah, just the whole like bringing it back to like the second or third movie, and having all of a sudden like you're there, like, at the end of the movie, and it just kind of, and then you end up getting killed. So it's just like, it was, I don't know, it was really fun to actually just have a whole episode just dedicated to that, you know, that idea of like just all things horror, all things like, you know, and it definitely, it got me like, you know, a bit more into just wanting to watch, you know, just other styles of, you know, or just being just overall just into that style again. I don't know, it kind of like
Yeah.
revitalized my views of it and stuff. So
It's kind of like every time we leave a fucking concert, we're like, oh, all I want to do is play music. After this one, all I want to do is watch horror movies. Like,
yeah.
Straight up.
Same, yeah, that's good. Yeah, good call.
But yeah, before we go, first of all, anybody still watching the outro, we can never thank you enough for watching the whole episode. You absolutely mean the world to us. But before we go, I do need to plug, and I do want to be clear, this is all like just because like the only reason I'm plugging this so hard is because I want it to sell out. That's the only reason, just for the record. But anyway, I need to plug An Evening with the Convalescents. Hopefully there we go. Now you can see it. An Evening with the Convalescents, October 30th. It's backwards. October 30th at 6:30 p.m. at the Mwami Theater in Mwami, Ohio. Tickets are only $10, masks and social distancing, so it's a safe event. And they will be showing a documentary, The Making of the Monument of Misery, their 2019 release, which was on our Filthy 15 of the year last year, an album I go back to constantly. It's incredible. They are showing music videos. They're showing live concert footage. They will be in attendance. They'll have merch. It's an evening with the Convalescents. You get to go hang out with the band, meet them. They're amazing people. We've had Keith on the show. Shout out to Keith. And I've met Keith, Katie, and a few others at the Michigan Metal Fest. They are really great people, and this is going to be in a world where we can't see them just throw the fuck down live and get in the pit. This sounds like an absolutely incredible event, and I cannot promote it enough. Again, An Evening with the Convalescents at the Mwami Theater in Ohio, October 30th, 6 p.m., and tickets are only $10, and they are going fast. So be sure to pick one up soon if you can go, and be sure to check out All Things Convalescence on all social media. Pick up some merch, support them, stream them, whatever you can. All these bands need metalheads. We come together in times of need, and that's what's going on right now. Also, do the same, of course, with Bravura. Shout out to Steve. Check out All Things Bravura. Thank you so much, Steve, again, for being on this episode with us. It was an absolute fucking riot, man. And yeah, anytime you want to be back on to promote Bravura, just hang out and shoot the shit, talk another horror movie. Like if there's some horror movie that comes out that you're just like, oh, I got to talk about this with someone. Hit us up, buddy. We would love to. We would love to.
Man, we've had this conversation in private, but like there is something about vocalists that like they just like y'all just go, man. And
they're podcast naturals.
Podcast gold. Yeah. That is like that and like that's like probably one of my favorite parts is that like like these episodes aren't about us. It's about them. It's about like what they're talking about and stuff. And I always love when you can kind of tap into that kind of enjoyment of like what somebody else is really into and have that kind of like show throughout this. And when somebody just kind of goes off on something that they're into, like it just
absolutely, man. That's
makes it all.
There are certain that's one of the things. That's a goal for this podcast, as always. Like that's one of the things that draws me to Fat Man Beyond, because they talk about movies and stuff that I might not normally be into, but they get me excited about it.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to do with the Dark Reflections too. Just try to get people excited about the shit we're excited about. So
that's all.
Go off on it. Oh, you're good. We just want to share and spread the love for the stuff that we love. So, and some of those things that we love, once again, is the Convalescents. An Evening with the Convalescents. Check out the social media. And another thing we love is Bravura. Check out All Things Bravura. Yes, cheers to Bravura. Cheers to Steve. Thank you so much for coming on. And this was an absolute riot, and we hope you all enjoyed the show. If anybody is still watching this outro right now, from the bottom of our hearts, we can never, ever thank you enough. Halloween's coming soon. We got a few more surprises for you. So keep an eye out. But until then, here we go, buddy. Raise your fucking horns and burn your heads. We love you all to death. Good night.